tell you what. That was a great live show, guys. We're on take the last break here, and guess we're gonna wrap it up pretty. Hey, yeah, a good live. Thanks for being here and everything, and hope you have a great weekend. We'll pick it up again sometime, I guess. I don't fucking know. Hang on. Oh, God, here we go. Whew. I'll tell you what. That was a barn burner, guys. Barn burner. Wow. We covered a lot of ground today. We covered a lot of topics. I gotta say. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. All right, here. Oh, what is this? Oh boy. Well, where you guys been? I've been here for 3 hours. Oh, you're just showing up now? Really? Oh my God, guys. I was ready to end the stream. Oh wait, I didn't wait. Oh, wait a minute. Something not right here. I think we got mixed up here. I think we got caught in a time reversal loop or some shit, didn't we? Hang on, I gotta light the candle, or else there ain't gonna be no fucking ceremony. You understand that? No ceremony, no live. We gotta light the candle. It's called the invocation of the live. That's what it's called. Did you ever know that? It's called the invocation of the live. That's right. That's why we light the candle, baby. And that's where the spirit come from. Invocation of rights of the live. All right, here we go. Lighting the candle. I thought we got caught in a time loop. I don't know what was going on there, guys. The candle was out, so I knew something was wrong. I think I was in the fucking Matrix there for a minute. We were caught in the Matrix. All right, there we go. The candle is alive. We alive. Everybody alive. Do you see? Now the ceremony can begin. The invocation of the live has begun. Do you see that? Good. And that ain't no electric candle. That a real candle. But you in the electric church. So anyway, it don't really matter which way you want to look at it. So we're going to start with this little jam. And I ain't going to say nothing for about 5 fucking minutes, and you're going to like it. You're like, I can't wait. Here we are. You know we're the greatest. You know we're the greatest.
Presents and will bring you the Gorilla in Manila special. All of those of you out there, I want you to take what they want to give you because it's good. Thing is for free. You will see me, Muhammad Ali, training in my beautiful resort, Deer Lake, Pennsylvania, running, punching the bag, the sweat, the blood, the guts will be real.
You wanted the blood and guts.
In Philadelphia, they will also show you Joe Frazier smoking and jumping rope and getting ready to try to take my title. You'll also see why I say he's a gorilla. You'll see how ugly he is and how pretty I am, because this fight will be nothing but a total annihilation. For the 3rd time, I'm going to destroy this man because it's going to be a shock. Get the films and watch us in training. It is special, and keep it for your little children and your grandchildren to see, because I invite all of you to be among those of us who dare to die.
I love you. We are the greatest. He was the greatest. The greatest of all time. That's right. All right. Yes, that was shown on television. Yes, it was. All right. Here we go. Now we get to the real good. Now we get to the real blood and guts, baby. The real blood and guts come. The real blood and guts. That's right. That's right, baby. That's right, baby. indeed. All right. Yeah, well, yeah. Listen. All right. That's the fact, Jack. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the show. You know who's here. You know who's here. Welcome, everybody. Do I have to run down the list every time? Do I have to do it? We all know who's here. Welcome, DNI 27, 28, 29, 30. Sometimes 31, but that's on a different plane of existence. Welcome, Lynn Champagne, also known as Queen of the Stars, Dame Celestine, welcome. You thought I forgot your real name, didn't I? I never forget your real name. Welcome, Jethro Troll. Yes, the family. That's correct, satire. It's called the family. Right. Bunch of hoodlums. They're all hoodlums. All right. Welcome, Chris. Yes, very. Welcome, love. Welcome, love. Remember, no chasing. No chasing, love. We're not chasing. I remember what you're saying to me. Welcome, White Rabbit. Speaking of chasing, no chasing. Well, I have to chase the rabbit. We have to chase the rabbit. It's a curse. Welcome, Ellie Ryan. How are you? Good evening to you. Any haunted houses lately? Mrs. Ellie Ryan? Any haunted houses for you? Welcome, Satire. Of course, welcome, Satire. Happy birthday to somebody who's having a fucking birthday. Welcome, Terry Lynn. Whose birthday is it? Whose birthday is it? Oh, it's your birthday, Chrissy. Well, happy birthday to you. And you have to call the fire department. What are you doing? Wait, what are you doing? Hang on. I can't read. Hang on. Mrs. John. Welcome, Mrs. John. I have to call a fire department if I lit all those candles. However, I'm super stoked to be here. Well, good. How many candles do you have? I only got one candle burning. That's all I got. It's not like I have the whole house full of candles burning. I would probably burn the house down if I did that. Welcome. Well, happy birthday. How does it feel to be 22 again? Huh? How does it feel? He was the greatest. I'm the greatest. We're the greatest. Greatest God of all time. How's it feel? Mrs. John is exempt from fucking birthdays. Oh, yeah, you exempt now, Mrs. John? When did you exempt yourself from fucking birthday? Okay, you can do that, I guess. That's your right. You don't have to have a birthday. I guess you could exempt yourself from that shit. You say, I'm fucking exempt from that. Fuck you. Then you get one of your family members, who's like, oh, but we gotta celebrate your birthday. Are you kidding me? And then you have to tolerate that fucking asshole. All right, there you go. I love you. I don't know what goes on out there. You know I know what's going on out there. You know you have that one family member that says, oh, but we gotta celebrate it. And then you're like, well, fuck. I don't want to celebrate it. And then well, let's go out. Let's all go out to dinner then. For a fucking dinner. But you're like, well, yeah, but I don't. Well, okay, that's fine. We'll go for dinner. But I don't want to talk. I don't want to celebrate. I'm not celebrating my fucking birthday, right? Yeah, we can go out to dinner for like fucking fish and chips and shit like that. Okay, wherever you want to fucking take me, whatever. But see, we're not. Well, see, then you're gonna want to pay for me, right? You're gonna want to take me out. You're gonna want to fucking pay for my fucking meal, even though I said it's not my fucking birthday. You know what I'm saying? See, that's how I get sucked. That's how we get sucked into that shit. All right. Anyway, I love you. Isn't that right, Mrs. John? I think that's a fair assessment of what happens. I could be wrong. What's your sign? Oh my God. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. We're already off the track. Very good. Just the way I intended it. Good. All right. That's right. All right. You're a director of national intelligence now. Did I make you that? I guess we could just... well, whatever. Fine. I guess I'll stick to the dames and the knights. All right. Let's go. The dames and the knights. Dames and the knights. Of the garden round, remember? All right. Oh, I know what you're doing. I know you try to plant a seed into my brain unconsciously, even though I'm fully conscious. You're still trying to plant a brain in my seed. A seed in my brain, I should say. Oops, I got that mixed up. It must be that time warp fucking thing we experienced about 20 minutes ago. Something like that. Or else I'm getting fucking dementia. Masternature, I can't get dementia, right? I'm fucking dead. I can't get dementia, can I? You know what, Masternature? The smiley hop, he probably would fucking give me dementia. No, yeah, you know what? I got fucking dementia now. Yeah, the smiley hop, he's funny, I tell you. State University. Did we meet up with the sister? No. We couldn't have bumped into the sister. Then your mind starts going in that direction. Well, maybe he bumped into the sister somehow and had a conversation with her and I don't know, said, yeah, there's a really good vegetarian restaurant there in Moscow. My sister works there. Yeah, pretty good place for vegetarian food. You should check it out sometime. What do you think about them apples? Speaking of which, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Weird stuff like that. You know, you start thinking that this kind of shit, you know. I'll show you. But first, I can't let the shenanigans go. It's a Sunday where I'm at. It may be Monday for you. I hope it's not Monday for you. I hope it's Sunday for you. But anyway, it's got a prelude to a war.
Dr. Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
You're putting me on.
No, it's pronounced Frankenstein.
Do you also say Froderick?
No, Frederick.
Or why isn't it
Frederick Frankenstein.
It isn't. It's Frederick Frankenstein.
I see.
You must be Igor.
No, it's pronounced Igor.
But they told me it was Igor.
Well, they were wrong then, weren't they?
Of course. I'm sure we'll get along splendidly. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to embarrass you, but I'm a rather brilliant surgeon. Perhaps I could help you with that hump.
What hump?
All right. I love you. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I want to say. If you haven't watched that in a while and you're feeling down, go put Young Frankenstein on. I'm sorry, Frankenstein. Put Young Frankenstein on and feel better. There you go. Young Frankenstein. All right. What am I doing? What are we doing? I want to read this to you real quick, and then we'll get on to more of that video with Whitcomb. Perhaps a little Dylan action. You know, we always got to slip a little Dylan action in here. So, yeah, you know, we knew, right, so okay. We're talking about Xana real quick. So, yeah, I guess we all knew she had a sister, right? She had a sister. Or she has a sister, right? Whatever. But I guess I didn't realize that her sister went to fucking Washington State University. I don't know. That must have slipped my mind somewhere. Because I don't remember hearing about her sister going to Washington State University. I must have missed that. However, that's apparently so. I totally missed it. Yeah. So we're going to start with this little gem. Now, this is in the Washington State University documents they put out not that long ago. Tons of documents here. A lot of redundancy in the pages. So it's really not as much as it appears. There's a lot. Well, we talked about this. A lot of redundancy in these documents. You know, same document over and over and over again, which makes the count appear much larger than it really is. Anyway, I want to read this to you real quick. We'll start with this. This is emails. All right, emails. Okay, good. Emails. So this is the 14th. This is the day after this happened, right? And we got a heads up. So this is, who's this from? Mackenzie Fosberg. Right. Anyway, just a heads up. One of the victims of the Moscow homicides yesterday has a sister here at Washington State University. The info is below. Deceased, Xana, number 38. That's her sister. Keep the 38 in mind, would you? I was told to pass that info along to you. I did not reach out to Moscow police for any other info about the victims and relations to Washington State. I just happened to notice this connection through social media. Sincerely, your friend, Mackenzie Fosberg. Oh, she's a cop. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's who she is. Okay, she's a cop there. Okay, wonderful. Okay. Yes, we knew she had a sister, right? I guess I didn't realize she went to fucking Washington State University. Anyway, did we realize that guy? We already knew that, right? Welcome, Curious Rose. Welcome. D&I and the carbonara effect. The carbonara effect. The carbonara effect. Give me some mac and cheese, you prick. All right. All right. Keep that in mind. 38. And then we jump to part 4. Let me show you this. This is from Tyra Burgess. You know who Tyra is, don't you? November 22nd. 9 days. 9 days after the murders. Hello, Mrs. Hyatt. I would like to start by acknowledging how intense I feel your job has become the last 10 fucking days. I can't only fucking imagine. Thank you all for all you must be doing. I'm writing as the mom of student number 38. So, right? We know who student 38 is, right? Xana's sister. And that's her mom, Tyra. That's what I'm saying, I guess. She has 4 safety questions for Washington State. Okay. What is the new safety plan for Washington outside of look up while walking and stay vigilant? Okay, I like that one. How about this one? How does Washington State University consider the campus/Pullman safe when the police have been up front that they cannot ensure anyone's safety up in the Palouse? Would you get out of my fucking Palouse already? God damn. Why are you all up in my Palouse all the time? God damn you all. But that's what I think about when I see that shit. Anyway. All right. Let's carry on. Lastly, with this, see attachment, and we will see attachment happening yesterday. So something happened yesterday. It seems that the situation continues to decline in safety. What are Washington State University's thoughts? As parents, we have not seen much communication from the university. We do not feel a 5-minute/5 mile difference between the campuses makes one safe and the other not. University of Idaho is releasing daily what they are doing for their students and families. We in Boise are being interviewed by the news on if we are going to let our kids go back to the school or not. It's a hard decision to make when Washington State is not supplying really any information. Thank you for taking the time to answer. I hope to hear from you before Saturday when our daughter is supposed to return to your school. I appreciate your time and answering my questions. Sincerely, your friend, Tyra Burgess. XO, I love you. She, her, hers. Hey, fuck yourself. Hey, you know who this is. This is Stanley, all right? I can call myself the twink, okay? Now listen to this. But that's all I'm going to refer myself to. Not, hi, I'm Tyra, she, her, and hers. I am Stanley, okay? Stanley and sometimes Stanley the twink, all right? But that's all you need to know, really. That's all you really need to fucking know here, okay? All right? I want you to think about that long and hard, Garden. Don't get me fucking started, all right? I was in a really nice fucking nap, and now you got me all fucking started up here. I don't need it from you. I really don't. I don't need it from you. I don't need it from anybody, all right? Fuck. I was in a really good fucking nap, too, I'll tell you what. And you had to come along and fucking wake me up and say, Stanley, get up, Stanley, get up. Get up like I'm a fucking dog or something like that. What the fuck? All right. Thanks, Stanley. I don't think the garden was trying to really wake you. I think they would rather have you sleep, actually. I think that's what they're trying to do. No, they purposely try to fucking wake me up here. I know there's some fucking hoodlums out there. Believe me, I fucking know it. Yes, I know I got a fucking fan club. God damn. Master Nature, what's the matter with you? Yes, I got a fan club. Of course I do. I got the #1 fucking spirit radio station up here. Of course I got a fucking fan club. I got a fan club from fucking California to fucking Cuba to fucking, Tibet. Everybody loves me. Everybody. Two years older. That's right, Jasmine. That's right, Jasmine. That's her name. Jasmine. That's right. So let me show you this. So this is the attachment real quick. This is what Tara is concerned about and saying, well, the situation seems to be breaking down a little bit because of this shit. So this was November 21st. All right. Now, Moscow does say here that this incident was, I guess, was investigated in some fashion, and it was unfounded. That's what they say, but here is the report. This is Moscow report, November 21st. 2 young women left a residence on Blaine Street around 5:15 p.m. this evening and went towards their car, where they spotted a man in the front seat who proceeded to exit and chase them. They ran towards their friends, and called the police, after which the man fled. When police arrived, he could not be found. Remain vigilant. Description is limited. An overweight white male in a yellow shirt with dirty blonde to brown hair and a scruffy beard. That's what she's talking about, Miss Tara. So I guess, but Moscow says, but wait a minute. We did investigate this incident at the time of the call and determined there was no crime and the incident was unfounded. So that's their response to this, but I don't know. But nothing ever bad happens in Moscow, okay? Just remember that. That's all you need to know. Nothing bad ever happens in Moscow. Of course not. Kohlberger intern video, FYI. Well, that's fucking interesting. Wait a minute. Kohlberger intern video. Wait a minute. Oh, you really? Let's see.
Brutally murdered. Was Brian Kohlberger an intern with WSU Police Department, Pullman Police?
Oh, wow. That's very interesting. Okay. Truth and transparency. God damn, girl. You made the list. Wow. Hey, let's check this shit out. Hey, I didn't know this. This is the first time going through this shit, guys. So this is January 24th, 2023. That's when this email goes out from Darby Baldwin, and sent to these folks. Up your north, Ogre North. And Gary Lee, of course, Gary Jenkins. FYI. Kohlberger intern video for your information. So he's the administrative assistant to the chief of police in Pullman. That's very interesting. Kohlberger intern video for your information. But then when you click on it, it takes you to truth and transparency.
Was Brian Kohlberger an intern with WSU Police Department, Pullman Police? Again, Tuesday, April 12th, 2022, an email exchange between allegedly Brian Kohlberger and Chief Jenkins. Allegedly, Brian Kohlberger was in Pullman, Washington on Tuesday, April 12th, 2022 to visit with the police chief. The last day of classes at DeSales University for the winter session was Friday, April 1st, 2022.
All right, yeah. Interesting. Tomasino. So anyway, that's interesting, guys. That's an interesting email. It hyperlinks to truth and transparency. All right, she made the list. Wow, interesting. Just some YouTuber, right? Yeah, that's interesting. We were emailing about a YouTuber. Interesting. Kohlberger. What is this? Karen Potter. Homicide coin. Oh yes, remember the homicide coins? Good morning, Chief Jenkins. Our department created a coin to memorialize the victims of the Idaho homicides, and Chief Fry would like to distribute one to each member of the Washington State University police staff who worked this incident. Wonderful. Could you send me a count of those individuals? Thank you so much for your fucking help. It was a great fucking help that you provided to me, Karen Porter. Miss Porter! Can I cast a spell on you to send you away to Azkaban, Karen Porter? Interesting. 8458. Something like that. 8458. 84 something 8. 8458. Something like that. Thanks so much for your help. Give me a coin, bitch. All right. All right. I want a fucking coin, all right? That's what I'm talking about. All right. Thanks, Tyrone. Yeah, I'd like to have a fucking coin too once in a while up here. You know that. You know I'd like to have a coin up here once in a while. It's spirit fucking money. You know that. Nobody gives me a fucking coin for nothing up here. And guess what? The Smiley Hop decided I'm going to get the fucking dementia up here. Imagine that guy. Imagine. Listen. Imagine you die from dementia, all right? And then you get to the spirit realm. Everything's okay for a while. And then the Smiley Hop decides to pull a fucking nasty prank on you and decides to give you fucking dementia in the fucking spirit realm. Imagine that happening to you. That won't be so fucking funny now, would it? You won't be laughing so fucking hard if that happened to you. Fuck yeah. Think about that. You're fucking up in the spirit realm. Everything's fine, right? One day, you start forgetting shit. Yeah. You're like, you fucking Smiley fucking Hop bastard. Right? Yeah. That's what Tyrone has to think about every fucking day up here. You think I had an easy life. You think I had an easy life. That's the kind of shit I think about up here. What if the Smiley Hop gets so pissed off at me up here, he decides to give me fucking dementia anyway? I'm already dead, right? What if he decides he's going to give me dementia anyway, being a spirit? Then what the fuck am I going to do? I'll be bumping in the clouds and shit. What the fuck? I don't want to be bumping in no fucking clouds, right? Yeah. Think about that. Think about having dementia up in the spirit realm and you're bumping into fucking clouds every day. Yeah, now you're fucking laughing. Aren't you fucking laughing now, aren't you? I bet you're the fucking laughing. Welcome, Blue Devil. I bet the Blue Devil's laughing. Bet the Blue Devil laughing. Fuck. I think that's pretty fucking funny, actually, when you think about it. But I guess apparently not. I don't know. Yes, I should get a major award. I should get the Spirit Realm Academy Award. That's what I should get. But nobody recognizes me. Yeah, you talk about wandering like a cloud. That gives it a whole new fucking meaning now to it, don't it? Yeah, you wander like a cloud, all right. Right out of the fucking spirit realm into some fucking hellish fucking landscape that you're in some fucking demon hellish landscape because you got fucking dementia because the Smiley Hop decided it was going to be fucking funny, right? And now you wander right off out of the fucking clouds. You bumped into all the clouds, then you fucking walk right out of the spirit realm into some fucking like demonic fucking hellfire cave kind of shit. Then what are you going to fucking do? How are you going to get back? How are you going to get back to the fucking clouds after that? Yeah, the Smiley Hop. You think he's fucking, I'll tell you what. Well, that's why we call him the Smiley Hop. He might think that kind of stuff is funny. You know what I'm saying? Because he always smiling most of the time. Fucking hell yeah. Well, I guess you don't really, like I said, you don't really fucking see it. You hear the fucking hop. That's all you hear. You hear the fucking hop. So in your mind, in your spirit mind, you're thinking, oh, well, he must be fucking happy today. But it's like that every fucking day. Until it's not. Until it's not Smiley Hop. And then it's like, oh, all of a sudden you got fucking dementia kind of shit going on. Yeah. And then you're like, wait a minute. That day, he must not have been smiling so much. You know what I mean? That's how you have to interpret that stuff. It gets very confusing up here. It does, really do. But I don't make the fucking rule. So nobody, I don't make the fucking rule. The fucking smiley high. Now I'm going to go bump myself into a fucking wall with Master Nature. Go ahead, Master Nature. Bump yourself into a fucking wall. Just antagonize me even more. Oh my God, Tyrone, you are really revved up. You are really revved up today, my friend. God damn. Well, yeah, I am. Lucky Sunday, yeah. We doing all right. We doing all right. Okay, bye-bye. No, wait. No, we not in a time warp. Oh, no, we not. No, we got out of the time warp. See, I don't even know what the fuck. See, I told you I got dementia. You didn't fucking believe me. All right, here we go. That's terrible, Tyrone. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your pity and empathy. All right. What is this crap? Dear Cougs. Who's this? We'll get back to that later. Oh my God. Daffodils. That's correct. You win the secret prize today, Blue Devil. The secret prize is this. Mrs. John, the secret prize is this. You can't escape the war. In 9 parts we end. All right.
Hey, baby. Ice cream.
All right, here we go. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Yeah, that's. Oh my fucking Lord. Here we go. I don't know what this one is. This one confuses me. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what's going on with this one. Mrs. John. Yeah, oh my fucking Lord. Oh. All right, I love you, Mrs. John. The war must continue. Shake your booty. What the fuck was that? All right. Sorry. Oh my God, guys. You're nasty, you know that. How'd you get so nasty, hoodlums? Oh, God.
Wawa $6 meal deal.
Oh, Wawa $6 fucking meal deal. Is it good? Give me that turkey shit. No, why, it's the wrong one. Oh, Master Nature. How dare you? You picked the wrong one. Oh, God. No wonder they hate you. Oh, no. What is this? Hang on, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Come on here. There are no lyrics to this. Welcome all, Jules Amora. Welcome, Curious Rose Love. Everybody in the garden. We talked about wandering right off the Spirit Realm clip. Daffodils. Oh, indeed. 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 Oh, indeed.
His twisted lips like rubber stumps.
The Corner Club footage. We should watch that. We should watch that. We should watch that more. I agree, Satire. We should watch that. It's difficult to watch because, well, we know this. It's difficult to watch it because there's a lot of pixelation and a lot of shit going on the screen. Yeah. It's not a very clear video. It's not a very clear security footage. So, yeah, when I try to watch that stuff, my eyeballs are like, please stop watching this shit. Because it's so fucking, there's so much static and pixelation and whatever. So, and you're trying to figure out what people are doing and who they're talking to, right? And what's going on. And there's so much noise and static going on in the video. It's like, oh my God. However, another problem with that is with the Corner Club, as we know, there's also another camera that's operating at the same time, at least one. I suspect there's 4. I think when we were reading through this before, yeah, there was at least, I thought it was 4 cameras that were operating that evening. 4. Because I think they had I forget the total. But I could have sworn it was 4 cameras that they were operating that evening. Or I knew it was at least 2. I knew it was at least 2 cameras that were operating that evening. We don't see the other camera. So I have no idea what that's filming, or we have never seen that other camera. We only get the camera that we see, which is, probably which is horrible quality. I don't know what the other camera shows, and I do have a strong suspicion that there's more than 2 cameras that were operating that evening. Yes, some of the cameras were not operating, I understand that, but I think they had a total of 8 cameras throughout the whole entire place or something. 8? Was it 8? And I think 4 of them were operational or something like that. Anyway, right? So yeah, anyway, that's what I think about when I think about the Corner Club. Yeah, we should watch it more, but, it's so hard to make out what the fuck is, who, it's really difficult to make out. We can't hear any interactions. We can't hear anybody talking really to anybody. Everything's fucking muffled, it seems. At least the shit I've seen. I I don't see anything. I can't clearly make out what anybody's saying to each other. I don't know if there's any audio. Is there any audio? I don't know. But anyway, whatever. And so, yeah, it's an important video, but there's more than one. There's more than one camera. And we haven't seen that. Have we seen that yet, guys? No, I don't think we have. But there's definitely at least one more camera that was running that entire evening, and they haven't shown that. Don't forget that. Right, guys? They had, I think there was, 8 inside, 2 out. They had, yes, there was at least 8 cameras total. I thank you. I knew it was something like 8. And I believe I believe at least 4 of those cameras were operational that evening. And functioning. But I know it's more than one. So, and we haven't seen that second one. And if a camera outside of the building was operational and functioning and has a view of the very out, where people are walking in and out of the building, that would be extremely good that would be it. I wonder if they have that. Thinking about it, that would be the most important camera that you would have. Everybody walking in and out of that place, that is the camera that you need. Yeah, because you can see everybody coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. And if the video is good enough, you can make out some of those faces coming and going, I hope. Right? That is the most important camera at the Corner Club. And I'm curious if Moscow has that particular. If I would imagine, and I've never been in the Corner Club, guys, whatever, but I would imagine there is some sort of camera. I can just, guys, maybe not, but I can imagine it's a very popular bar. We're in a college town. It would be very difficult for me to believe that there wasn't a camera that faced the outside of the building, the front of the. I can, guys. There has to be a camera facing the front of the building. There has to be. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. Okay. Look, they got at least 8 cameras. At least 8 cameras. So I would imagine at least one of those 8 cameras would be on the outside of the building facing the front of the building. That's a good assumption, I think. I've never been there. 2022, who knows? But still, I mean, they have at least 8 cameras. So, I mean, yeah, maybe you put 6 inside the building. Yeah, maybe you put 2 outside the building. You put 1 in the front, 1 in the back. Whatever you're going to do. But you're definitely going to put one that I would think would cover the front entrance to the fucking building. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah, absolutely. And so when, off-duty police officers start showing up at the Corner Club, perhaps, or people in town start showing up at the Corner Club, perhaps, that that shouldn't be going there, we can see all those people going in and out of that building. That's the camera, Moscow police. That's the camera you need to give us. But it wasn't, that particular camera wasn't working that night, my friend. Friendo. Of course it wouldn't be working that evening. The most important evening in Moscow, Idaho's history in the past fucking 80 years. That particular camera, that would be the most important camera in that whole investigation, perhaps, it wasn't working that night, or they didn't have a camera there for some dumb reason. Yeah. Then you could see You know, some of the you can see everybody going there and partying and fucking drinking with the college kids. Yeah, stuff like that. I wonder what would be on that camera. You know, that's another good question here, guys. Hey, that's another good question. Did Moscow police, did they somehow try to tally or tag everybody who was at that corner club that evening where Maddie and Kaylee were? Did they even try to bother trying to ID everybody who was in that building that evening? Let's consider this. Right? Right. Did they go through all the receipts that evening on that particular night and try to find out who was there that particular evening through receipts, through whatever, just to, you know, get at least a ballpark idea who was in that restaurant, who was in that bar that night? I mean, it would be difficult, don't get me wrong, but you're going to use those fucking cameras that you have, by the way. And believe me, they got the little shit that they released of the corner club. That is nothing. They have many more hours of videotape at the corner club that they have not put out. Many more hours here. Many more. Many. They have, my guess would be they have at least 12 hours of video footage, at least 12 hours recording throughout the entire evening. My guess would be in the neighborhood of 10 to 12 fucking more hours that they have of video footage. I could be wrong, but that's my guess. At least 10 to 12. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely, they would have that much. Because those cameras, they ran for a really long time. Yeah, like throughout the course of the evening. And there's more than one of them. So again, I think it's 4, but anyway, quick break. See. Thank you, Mountain Myra, Queen of the Mountain Garden, for suggesting that t-shirt. I am going to let my other spirit master know, the one who's supposed to be doing this shit, that we should make a shirt of this and make $5. You prick. All right. That's a great idea. Great idea. Quick break. And then on the back of the shirt, it's going to be like some devil fucking, it's going to be a devil head. Yeah, it's going to say quick break on the front, and I'm going to hit you with like a fucking devil image on your fucking back. But you like it, though. You like it. I know you like it. You're all hoodlums. Just like Stanley. So yeah, next time don't fucking wake me up though. I mean, you don't have to fucking wake me up. I know you love me, all right, but you gotta let me fucking sleep a little bit here. Jesus Christ. Look, when I get up, look, then you can say, Stanley, we love you. Stanley, you're the greatest. Can you come to my wedding and give me away? Look, I know you love me, but God, you gotta let me sleep. Stanley, I don't think there's anybody in the Guard who wants you to give them away at their wedding. I'm not sure about that. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Half the Guard will want me to fucking do that. You're a fucking Master Nature. You're a fucking prick, you know that. You're fucking dumb. Of course, I have the garden want me to do that. Yeah. Listen, Garden. Listen, Garden. I'll walk you down the aisle, right? Listen, here's what I'll do for you. If you, look, $59.95 a month, listen. You say, Stanley, I want you to walk me down the aisle when I get married. I say, fine. And then when I'm walking you down the fucking aisle, right? I'm in a tuxedo. I'm looking pretty good, actually. Anyway, I'm walking down the aisle with you. And then here's what I have a number of different options that we can explore here. Once we get up to your fucking groom, well, we can explore options. So I can, for $59.95 a month, I would say, congratulations. Here's your bride, okay? However, for $79.95 a month, when we get to your groom, I could say something like this. I could say, man, you're making a big fucking mistake, man. Or for $99.95 a month, when we get to your groom, I could do this for you. I could say this to him. This bitch wants nothing to do with your fucking punk ass. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. You're a fucking, I don't know. What would you want me to say? Well, whatever you want me to say, I'll say it. You're a jerk. You're a dick. You're a scrub. Yeah, I probably get that a lot. Hey, you're a scrub. I don't need no fucking scrub. Look, I'll say whatever you want me to do, but there's certain tiers to this, though. I could say something like this. I could say, "Oh my God, how did you get so lucky? My God, your bride is, she's fucking smoking, but look at you. Oh my, you're like a fucking, it's like you crawled out of a fucking cave somewhere. I don't know about this, man." See, I could do that for you, ladies. All right. Okay, damn, she's smoking, but goddamn, man, what the? You must have a lot of fucking money or something there. No, I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, that's a very good idea, Stanley. We should think about marketing that a little bit more. I know it's a good fucking idea. I don't need you telling me that. Of course. You just got to pick the right tier, though. You know what I'm saying? Plus you have to be getting married and shit, so there's that. But anyway, hey, we can work it out, whatever. We can work out whatever you want to work out here. It don't matter to me, really don't. As long as you fucking pay me, I'll do pretty much whatever you want me to do here. You know what I'm saying? Nancy, and $1 million here. Hey, I'm still waiting on this, guys. You thought this was a joke. It's not a joke, guys. I'm still waiting on $1 million here from Nancy Guthrie. Okay? Hey, you think it's a joke? It's not a fucking joke here, guys. I'm waiting on this fucking money, guys. I've been waiting on this fucking money for I don't know, it feels like 3 fucking months already. Doesn't it, guys? It feels like 3 months. But for some reason, it feels a lot longer than that. Why does it feel like a fucking year? But no, I guess 3 months. That's right, 3 months. Strange. Very strange how that is. Anyway, I guess this fucking prick has to take a quick break here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, put it on your fucking t-shirt, man. Put it on a t-shirt. You walked off the cloud, Master Nature. You just walked right off the cloud, didn't you? Into a hellish nightmare landscape. Oh my God. You're the one with dementia, Master Nature. Ah, gold. The gold. All right, quick break, guys. I don't know. Anyway, quick break, guys. Guys and gals. Interesting. It's kind of going back to the beginning of this. Remember the time warp and the circle. But is it possible? I forget, this was in some conversation. I forget what it was. I don't know if it was an email exchange or if it was on the chats. And I forget the originator of this. I think possibly Dame Deb, I think. But there was a student who went to Washington State University and allegedly, right? This is I forget how this came about, guys. You know more than I do. You're the garden. But this student somehow, and this is maybe where the rumor started, that actually had a class with Mr. Kohlberger, right? Was taking a class that he was the TA of. That's a rumor. Remember that? So anyway, I find it interesting, however, that Xana's sister did attend Washington State University. And if she is older than Xana, that I forget, maybe that's true. 2 years, if that is true. I don't know. I'm sure that, I'll take your word for that. Whatever. Well, that would put her at 21, 22, 21. Probably, I don't know. I haven't looked up her sister. You know what I'm saying? I haven't researched anything about her sister. So I don't know if she was a junior there or a senior or I don't know what. I don't know what she was taking. I don't know. But if there was proximity, which I don't know, but that's interesting to think about. Because, just, again, coincidental. If that's true, if somehow Kohlberger and Xana's sister somehow had interactions with each other in some fashion, that's interesting. Yeah. I don't know about that, though. Okay, so she was a senior. She was a senior, or a junior senior. Susie, junior senior. She could have graduated in May of 2023. I don't know. So she was a senior at the time. I don't know what she was taking. I didn't research her. Whoa, sorry. Welcome, Tiggle Bitties. Also, well, we know your nature. You know who you are. I know who you are. And I can only imagine, okay, what kind of shit you hear every night up there. So she was a senior. Thank you very much. Appalachian Woods. Supposed to be extremely haunted. Just saying. Great portion of it. The trail. No, it was. Hey, Tiggle Bitties. I know what you mean. Now I don't. Well, you know what I'm saying. I dig you. I feel you. Indian spears, baby. Then we get into powwow and shit like that. Hey, Terry Lynn. Then we start slipping into powwow kind of shit. You understand? I know what you're saying. I know. I know my garden very well. You don't think I know my fucking garden. But then we get into powwow kind of shit like that. And I start laying my fucking hand on you, okay? And I start chanting some shit into the moonlight. And all of a sudden you start feeling fucking better. So yes. We're talking about Indian. We're talking about powwow, baby. That's what we're talking about now. Right? And I'll speak into the fucking moon. And the moon gonna speak right back to you. You understand that? So I am the greatest of all time. You know, you dig that, right? I think you understand that. Psychic sometime. I told you, I never lied to you, did I? When I said I was a psychic? Did I ever lie to you? Did I lie to my garden? Maybe. well, yeah, of course he lied to you. But still, about being a psychic, I'm not quite sure if he lied to you about that. I don't think he did yet. Now, I don't know if he is going to lie to you about that. But I don't think up until this point in our space and time right now, I don't think he's lied to you about that. Keep that in mind. But yeah, talk about Indian. Now you could be talking about other Indian who maybe not. Well, now we could be. Well, Terry Lynn. Now we could be talking about different Indians too. So I gotta qualify myself here. But no, I'm on a powwow wavelength with you, baby. That's what I'm doing here. I'm on a powwow wavelength with you, my love. Yes, I am. All right. All right, let's go. Hey. We must always pay tribute. We must always pay tribute to the god. Always. Oh, yes, well, wait a minute. Mr. Sean, are you still here with us? in the living? Are you okay? Please send an SOS signal so I can hear you. Are you still with us? The one who doesn't celebrate birthdays? Are you still here? Oh, wait. Tig old biddies, have you seen Mrs. John? Is she still present in the village?
Dr. Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Hey, we forgot the walk this way part, guys.
No, it's pronounced Frankenstein.
Do you also say Froderick?
No, Frederick.
Or why isn't it Froderick Frankenstein?
It isn't. It's Frederick Frankenstein.
I see.
You must be Igor.
No, it's pronounced Igor.
But they told me it was Igor.
Well, they were wrong then, weren't they?
You were sent by Herr Falkstein, weren't you?
Yes. My grandfather used to work for your grandfather.
How nice.
Of course, the rates have gone up.
Of course. Of course. I'm sure we'll get along splendidly. Oh. Sorry, I don't mean to embarrass you, but I'm a rather brilliant surgeon. Perhaps I could help you with that hump.
What hump?
Let's go.
I love you.
Oh, thanks very much.
Walk this way. This way.
I love you. You thought I forgot about that. Oh my God, Gordon. You thought I forgot? Of course you did, of course. All right. But yes, I forgot the subliminal. How dare I? What was it again, though? What was the subliminal, guys? Oh, fuck, no, I can't remember. DNI replicant, are you still here? DNI replicant, are you still here in the garden? Where'd you go, DNI replicant? 30? Oh, yes, that's right. Now I remember what you're trying to say. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Yes, and then we take a quick break because I have a special report coming up for you. This is Nancy Guthrie reporting live once more from my station here in Malamut, Alaska. It's very cold up here in Malamut, Alaska. Fucker put me up here. Savannah Guthrie. Did you do this to me? Of course you did. Of course. Right, you thought I forgot. Anyway, what are we doing? All right, let's do this. More about okay, who is this guy? Oh yeah, Chris Whitcomb. Let's finish this off. Interview with these two lawyers. Let's finish this guy up. Every time I see this guy, you know what? I think to myself, I want to go down to like fucking the Keys, fucking sit at a bar and just drink fucking tequila shots all day. Every time I see this guy, that's what I want to do. I see this guy, I'm like, I should be at this guy should be at the Keys somewhere drinking a lot of fucking tequila. Something like that. Weird. I mean, check it out. Yeah, it's a little dark. But, hang on. Yeah. Every time I see this guy, I'm like, hey, we should be drinking tequila somewhere to fucking Florida somewhere. Weird. I don't know. This is me. Strange. We talk all day about the FBI. I bet he's got a lot of stories. He'll probably buy all kinds of drinks if you fucking listen to him. Well, I remember this one time, it was night is 2015, and is that better? That's a little better. You see what I mean? It's a little better. A little clearer. Good. Little spit and elbow grease. All right, great. That's right. Hey, oh, no, don't do that. You can't throw that away. Now you're throwing... What are you doing? What are you doing, Master Nature? Oh, my God. It's really true. The rumors are true. You have dementia. The rumors are true. I didn't want to believe it. But then again, you never went to Oxford. So I could really believe it. You do have dementia, you fucking idiot. Thanks, English Stanley. Of course, Master Nature. I mean, well, good luck. Trying to bump into any furniture, all right? All right, great talk, Master Nature. All right. Always good talking to you, Master Nature. Always lovely for me. I'm so sorry to hear about your potential condition. Yeah, it seems that way, English Stanley, doesn't it? I very much mean it, very much. All right, bye. Piss off. Piss off. Good luck. Well, he never went to Cambridge. I have no sympathy for the guy. He never went to fucking Cambridge. I mean, you know, whatever. It's like a pity party, but I feel he never went to Cambridge, and now it turned into a fucking pity party, and I want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes with this fucking guy. Oh my God, Master Nate. Mrs. John, how can you tolerate this? All right, the greatest of all time. The greatest. to say to me? I don't know. I'm right here. Here's what I feel about Nancy Guthrie. Give you my update. It makes about as much sense as anybody else's stupid fucking theory out there, including all these FBI agents going, ex-FBI agents, going on these news and articles and websites and media sites and every site, and giving their 2 cents about what they think occurred in this case. So I think, wait, our guess is as good as anybody else, with no extra information. If it's true, I'm just going to give you a real quick rundown here, and then we'll get into this guy. We'll get into Bahama. We'll get into fucking Tequila Dan here. He officially now has become Tequila Dan, all right? I know his name's, what's his fucking name? I don't know. Chris Whitcomb, right? That's his name. We're going to call him Tequila Dan from now. I don't know. We should call him Tequila Dan. I don't know why, but every time I watch this guy, it makes me want to go to the fucking Florida Keys and drink some fucking tequila. I don't know why, guys. I don't know. It's fucking weird. Like, listen to him fucking talk about shit. And we're all getting messed up and drunk and shit and fucked up. And we're in the Keys, you know? There's fucking shit, fucking ocean area, blue shit everywhere. Anyway, it's kind of stuff I think about when I watch this shit. Fucking weird. What was I going to tell you, though, about Nancy? Duh. All right, well. Ranking. Oh, yes, this is the one. I know we saw this. We saw that. Oh, ranking. We saw that one too. Oh, we haven't seen this one yet, though. Mrs. John. Hey, guys. Oh, shit. All right, anyway. What are we talking about? Nancy Guthrie. Look, just my thinking on this. If it's true that the back door of the house was opened and propped open by flower pots that were found on her property, okay? If that is true, if the police did not open those particular doors and prop those doors open, if it wasn't the police doing that, and that's the way the house was found, not touched, well, then thinking about this, the conclusion I have come to with that is this. There was something in her house, okay, besides Nancy Guthrie, because you're going to want her. However, this is a weird crime because you don't necessarily need Nancy Guthrie. However, you decide to take her anyway. That's extraneous to this crime. And I want people to realize this in my assessment of what has been going on here and thinking about what happened here and all the information that has been put out so far. My thinking on this is this. Nancy Guthrie is extraneous. She's extraneous to this crime. Well, she is. Think about that. I want my garden to really consider this. Extraneous. It's kind of like this. This is the way I imagine this. What this is, right? There is something that we need to possess. There's something we need. Okay, this is the premise I'm starting from with this. There's something I need. All right? Everybody's assuming that's Nancy Guthrie. Correct? The thing I need is Guthrie. That's what I need. However, I beg to differ. The thing I need is not necessarily Nancy Guthrie. There is something else I need, and it's in that fucking house. And I know it's in that house. Yeah. Yes, I have a need. I do. But in my opinion, it's not necessarily Nancy Guthrie that I need here. There's something else I need here. And I know where it is. It's in that fucking house. Okay? And I need to get it. And I need to get it out of there. Now, I don't necessarily need Nancy Guthrie for this. However, some decision was made here to take her. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if she got in the way of what the original plan was, and she happened to wake up in the middle of this, and they freaked out, and they decided, you know what? She saw us, or whatever. She's a problem now for us. And we're going to escort her out of the front door of the house. And I guess we're going to immobilize her in the front of the house and then take her, listen to this, then we take her in the front of the house away. Right? According to what we know so far, there has been no blood that was found actually inside the house itself. There is no, as far as I know, the reports have been, there has been no blood found inside the Guthrie home, which is a big problem, because that means if you abduct Nancy Guthrie, correct, right, she has to be outside of the house. First of all, she has to be and it's going to be in the front of the house. Right? We're supposed to believe it happened in the front of the house where she was taken, because supposedly there was blood found right outside on her front door there, right outside the front door. Right? And we're led to believe that this was her blood. Correct? Correct. So what does that tell you? If that is indeed Nancy Guthrie's blood, found outside, right outside the door, they shuffled, they got her outside that door, they closed the door, right? And they apparently, somehow, I guess they decided to subdue her in some fashion that caused her to bleed, which is odd, because I don't know how much this person's going to be struggling. I doubt it. She's fucking old and frail, so she's not going to give you much problem here, I don't think. I mean, you're going to want to shut her up. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take her, if you want to take Nancy Guthrie, right? The thing you got to worry about the most is her fucking yelling or screaming, right? So you gotta shut her up. Don't get me wrong. You got to shut her up. So when you get her out of the house, she's not screaming her ass off. Right? Of course. So you got to at least cover her mouth up before you take her out of the house. You really just got to cover her fucking mouth so she can't scream. Right? And you take her out of the fucking house, you put her in your goddamn car, and then you go off. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened here. It appears. But that's really all if you want to take Nancy Guthrie, you just got to make sure she's not screaming or yelling or whatever. That's all you got to do. She's not going to fight you. If there's at least two of you, she's not going to fight you. She doesn't want to go with you, of course, but she's not going to fight against two big people or two, fucking that'd be stupid. She's going to unfortunately go in that car and go off. But why? So then why is there some sort of scuffle that happens in the front of the house, or at least there's some blood that we're supposed to think is Nancy Guthrie's blood, right, in the front of the house. Why is that there then? Right? There should be no blood outside the house. There's no blood inside the house. So why would there be blood outside the house? Like, why would if it's Nancy Guthrie's blood, why would she be bleeding? First of all, why would she be bleeding? I mean, if we're not finding blood inside the house, well, that tells you that she was right? She's bleeding outside the house. And it's got to be pretty quick. I think it would happen rather quickly, But my question is, why is there blood outside at all out front? It doesn't make sense. Keep in mind here that the back doors are still open with her flower pots, okay? So all this is going on at one time, right? If that's true. If it's true that the back doors were opened up with flower pots, they were kept open, and that's how the house was discovered. That wasn't police officers fucking around with opening the doors and putting the pots there themselves, which who the fuck knows is quite possible, with these fucking people today, not know how to investigating fucking crimes, apparently. So I could see that happening. I mean, look at this case. Look at Moscow's case here. But anyway, no. So the point, so whatever. What I'm trying to say here is, Guthrie is extraneous. We don't necessarily need to take her. However, there is something I definitely want there. Absolutely, absolutely. And I cannot wait for it. And I don't think that is not Nancy Guthrie, my friends. That is my opinion. All right, but there's something else that I need there. Something in that house. There's something in that fucking house that I need. And it's not good. It's not good that it's in that fucking place, but it's in that place. Yes, it is. And I don't know where it's stored necessarily. It could be in a goddamn safe for all I know. If I'm propping the back doors of the house open and I'm taking Guthrie out the front, well, guess what I'm doing in the back? I'm taking shit out. I'm not taking her out in the back, am I? I don't know. I don't think so. Not when I'm beating her up in the front of the house. Why would I take her around the back? No. You know what I'm saying, guys? If I'm beating her up in the front of the house, right? I'm taking her out the front, guys. I'm not walking her around all the way back through well, first of all, again, there's no blood in the house. So I'm definitely not walking her back through the house. No, I would have to walk her around the other side of the house, right? To take her away. But that's not what happened, I don't think, right? We are taking something else out of this house. If it's true those doors were open by the flower pots, there is something else we are taking here. In my opinion, it's something it's heavy, and it's much needed. I desperately want whatever this is I'm taking outside the back of this house. It's absolutely something I desperately fucking need to have. Whatever this is, I need it, and it cannot wait for me to get it. And I don't know what those conditions are necessarily, but that's my opinion on that. Remember this. We are the greatest. Welcome, Tilly. 732. Tilly, my love. Tilly. Welcome, Dame Anthus, Queen of the Mountain Garden. You know what? What's it like being a mountain queen here? You know what the Dame Mountain is? You know what she represents? She represents, you know what, Dame? You know what? We should go into biographies with my dames and my knights. We should do a biography video. I love you. Well, Dame Antis. Well, I'll tell you what, Dame Antis. She is the mountain. She is the garden mountain. Yep. She is the. How do you put her? Well, she is temperament. She is temperament. That's the best way I could describe the queen of the mountain. She is the Queen Mountain. I'm sorry, Queen Mountain. She is temperament. She is temperament. She represents all. She represents all temperament. You understand that? You understand the mountain garden, right? The garden, right? That's what she represents, Dame. Did you know that, Dame Antis? That you are the temperament of the garden. You know that. You're the mountain of the garden, love. The garden has many secrets. We have wisdom. We have temperament. We have art. We have it art. Well, what's the word? Artistry. We have, what else we got? We got, we got the stars. Okay. Yeah. We got the queen bee who never stops. And we also got a knight of the garden round, the last one standing so far. We have the equinox. We have the equinox, my love. See? We have the equinox. Both equal. We have all the equinoxes. What more could you want in a garden? Oh, all right, Satire. You know what, Satire? You know what? That's it. You know, I like pancakes too, Satire. But you know what? You don't have to rub it in my You don't have to rub it in my face. You know that. You know Tyrone love pancake. Oh my God, Satire. Oh my, Satire. Whoa. Did we get in some beef somewhere back in 1952 or something here, Satire? What did I ever do to you, Satire? That was so wrong that you would tempt me with fucking pancake. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore out here. The streets are fucking crazy. Everybody running around with fucking guns and fucking waving bandanas around and shit in their fucking. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. People killing. Look. I'll tell you the story. This is a good story. I was getting some rice-a-roni in the fucking grocery store. Listen to this. I was getting some rice-a-fucking-roni in the grocery store, okay? And some fucking, I don't know what the fuck going on. Some bubonic plague walked into the fucking store, right? I'm in the rice, look, I'm getting rice, okay? Rice-a-fucking-roni. That was good shit, by the way. Anyway, I was gonna make some good chicken fucking potluck that fucking night. Anyway, a fucking bubonic plague walks into the goddamn store. You know what they look like. I told you what bubonic plague was. Oh my God. Tyrone, you know what? Save it for tomorrow, all right? No, I'm serious. This is a good story, Master. Bubonic plague in a grocery store. Look, it's the greatest story of all time. I'm just saying. I'm sure it is. Sure it is. Well, Satire knows what I'm talking about. Satire, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, bubonic plague in a grocery store. All right. I think you can relate to that, Satire. Oh, my God. Where you been all my life? Oh, my God. Why couldn't I met you when I was like 16 years old, Satire? Look, if I met you, Satire, at 16 years old, oh, my God. We could have ruled the world, babe. We could have ruled the fuck. Where the fuck were you? Yeah, all I had was myself. No, I didn't have no satire. fucking hell. Where the fuck were you? I love you. Lord, the right way, Lord. You know what we got to do. That's right. All right, all right. Calm down. I'm okay. I'm just stuck in Malamut, Alaska. That's where they keep the snow dogs. Yes, that's where they do. I don't know how I got here, but I got here and I saw about 1,000 fucking snow dogs, like wearing fucking weird shit on their feet. I'm like, what are you doing out here? I'm like, oh my God. Savannah, I fucking hate your guts. All right, I love you, baby. I love you. Why you call me a chump? Listen, Mrs. John. I'm not a chump, okay? I'm not a chump. I'm not a jive ass. I'm not a scrub, Mrs. John. I'm not a scrub. You can't just throw me away like yesterday's papers and shit. I'm not a scrub, Mrs. John. The war must end, Mrs. John. Vengeance is mine, Mrs. John. Oh my God. Hey, the kid's really going for it here. Hey, I think he deserves a fucking Oscar. The kid's really going for it here. MD's really going for it here, guys. Oh my God. What is going on here? No. It's been a long struggle, a long road for MD in this war. But victory prevails, Mrs. John. How dare you try to tear down my family and shit. I win the war, Mrs. John. Oh my God. I'm still stuck on look, I'm still stuck on why satire didn't meet me a long time ago. Where the fuck were you, satire? All I had left was cheap gimmicks and tricks. Satire, where have you been all my life? We're talking cheap tricks and gimmicks. Satire. Oh, and occasional freak shows at the fucking fairs. All right, that's all I had. All I had were freak shows at the goddamn fairs. That's all I had in my life. Okay. Look. No, I do not want to buy a pocket knife. And no, I do not want to see Heroin Bob behind a cage No, I do not want to do these two things. Please. Please, for the love of God. Don't make me do it. I love you. Oh my God. Did I not strike fear into the hearts of men? Right? Did I not show you fear in a handful of dust? Did I not show you these things? Now where am I? What are we doing? Oh yes, quick break. Don't, right, I'm sorry guys, quick break. A quick one is away. Quick break. Thank you, Dame. At this Queen of the Mountain. Quick break. I don't forget nothing. I forget everything, actually. I forget everything, really. I forget nothing, really. Dementia. Alright, throat. There we go. There we go. I guess we're rowing now. Right. Slipstream. Wandering lonely as the clown off the cliff of the spirit realm, off the spirit realm, into a hellish nightmare landscape that we are going towards. Yeah, something like that. I wonder, something else, I wonder how fast it would go. I really would. How fast it would go. Interesting. Well, hello, Gato. Welcome. Well, hello, Gato. Oh, let me guess. Let me guess, Gato. Hello. Any secrets tonight for the garden by the secret witches outside? Any? Hello? Yes, that's nice, you're rubbing. Any secrets tonight? Are you gonna talk? Yeah, no secrets, right? Well, what are you doing outside? No, we've been taking the piss for a while now here, garden, with this cat. This Gato. Right, Gato? Yeah, nothing to say. I'll put you on camera again. You won't like it. Yeah, well. All right. Goddamn. Come on. Real quick. Yeah. No secrets. You still want food. I know. Every day. You slacking off every day. All right. Well, they got those situated. No secrets. Of course not. Of course not. Well, again, he's a young Shadow Gato. They will learn. Hopefully. You never know. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But hopefully they do. All right, let's go. Let's get, what's his name? Panama Red? Sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Let me get on to Panama Red. Here we go. I think that was the original. No, that was not the original. Here it was.
A white painted wood or particle board bed frame that has cross slats. So it's like a bar, it's like a graph. You can count the slats and you can count where his hand is. And his hand is roughly in the photograph in the shape like this, like a relaxed, I would say a relaxed fist. You could interpret it any way you want. But it's very clear from the photographs, close-up photographs, that his hand is lying on one of the cross slats in a pool of blood that has dried, congealed and dried. And within that blood stain is a significant portion of hair. It appears to me to be human hair, but I didn't process it. But it appears to be, based on the slats and the width and all the hand and everything, it appears to be 6 to 8 inches in length. So you have you have his hand, you have it on the bed frame, you have what appears to be, I'll just say it's this shape. You can draw your own conclusions. Beneath that, you have a significant blood stain, and I mean this much dried blood, and the hair is in the dried blood. Okay, so you go, well, okay, there's hair in blood and directly proximal to his hand. Then you go to the autopsy photos. When they take bodies, typically from a murder investigation, they bag the hands because you find things under fingernails, right? You guys know this, you've done this before. So when they take the bags off, they process the fingernails, and they did process the fingernails of all the victims. But there's a photograph from the autopsy that shows Ethan's hand in the same position, and there's a great deal of hair that appears to match the hair on the bed. It was labeled as debris. It was processed for type and length, but not further DNA analyzed. And that becomes an issue because 2.5 years after this investigation, Dr. Brett Turvey went back to Moscow, Idaho, looking at the evidence as an expert for the defense. And he went into the crime retention area, the evidence retention area at the Moscow, I think it was at the Moscow Police Department, but you know they built a building to put all the evidence in, and found the bed frame, and it was covered with a protective, I don't know if it was a tarp or a sheet. I've seen the pictures, I don't know what it was, but it was covered. He pulls back the tarp and says, oh my goodness, it's still there. The blood stain and the hair in the blood stain is still affixed to the bed 2.5 years after this happened, meaning that no one ever took that hair from that blood sample and analyzed it in any manner. It wasn't in any way even looked at. The obvious question arises, whose hair was it? How did it get that proximal to Ian's hand? And why did nobody ever find out? Because it was clear, it's clear that it's not Brian Koberger's hair. He had short black hair. This is much, much longer hair that is very light in color, appears to be dark blonde or light brown, something like that.
So, and a similar question arises with respect to Maddie. There was hair, without getting into all the details, because I know your time's limited. There's hair on the blanket near Maddie, and we don't know whose hair that was either.
The only thing I can say with certainty, because I've got to be very careful what I say about these things. I only say things that I found, not things that I think, right? I don't have theories, and I've tried. You've read the book. I try to be very specific and detailed. This is not a book of theories. This is looking at the facts as I've found them, at the evidence as I found them, right? But the photograph that I've seen taken during the crime scene analysis, there are blood stains atop this comforter, which is atop Maddie and Kaylee, and there are photographs that appear to me and to everybody else that's looked at them, to the best of my knowledge, that appear unequivocally to be hair pulled from the source, pulled from the host, and I say that because they clearly have roots, and those roots are surrounded in blood. Now, I can't answer your next question, like whose was it and where did it go, because there may be a laboratory analysis of that hair, but I've never found it. Do I have all the records? No, I don't. No, I don't. Is it out there someplace? Possibly. I've seen
as far as we know now,
I've seen records of everything else. I've never seen a treatment of that specific evidence.
But as far as we know now, that has never been tested. That those two hair samples have never been tested for blood. And it indicates, I know you don't want to draw conclusions or have theories, but to those of us on this side of the screen, it would certainly indicate that there was someone in there at that time that wasn't one of the four, and it wasn't Dylan Bethany, and it wasn't the dog. So there's evidence. There is evidence that exists that there was someone else there at that time. And to this day, it's never been DNA tested.
Well, I'll say, I believe, like I said, I saw the photographs. I've seen numerous photographs of the exact same thing. And it appears to me, I think it would appear to virtually everybody who looked at it, it appears that it was a clump of hair pulled out of somebody's head and it had blood and roots at the end, okay? So whether that was attested, I don't know. If it was tested and if it was analyzed by DNA, that's never become part of the defense case, and it's never been part of the prosecution case. To the best of my knowledge, from Paulette Sutton's report, from Brett Turvey's report, from all of the court documents, from all of the information presented by the prosecution, including Bill Thompson's narrative at the change of plea hearing, no one has ever mentioned it. So if there's hair in that bed, and it was tested, don't we want to know whose hair it was? Because it was longer than Brian Koberger's, and it was much shorter than either of the two victims in the bed. So there, in the book, we talk about 4 pages from the book. There are endless things like this, right? You guys have seen it before. But these are the issues. You asked me why I wrote this book, because I cannot look at this case as we believe it to be and claim that justice was done. If there is another murder there, how do we just say, okay, we got 50% of this murder solved, all of this other info? I've heard detectives, you have too. You can go online and you can hear law enforcement officials say, we're not saying that there wasn't somebody else involved. We're just saying that we got Brian Koberger. How does anybody say that? How do we as Americans who believe in the American criminal justice system, how do we look and say we have horrific murders of 4 human beings, using Judge Hippler's words? How do we have horrific murders of 4 human beings and say, okay, we got half of them, high five, and say, let's go get a couple.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, you said that you don't have theories, but just briefly, what do you think about that 8-hour delay?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
We got real problems.
Yeah.
We have real questions to ask.
Oh, yeah.
Not just about the 8 hours.
Oh, no.
About what the crime scene shows about those 8 hours.
Right.
It's not just the 8 hours after the crime scene, after the crimes.
Right.
The minutes between the 4:17:21 or 22:23, whatever, of the audio of the loud bang and what people allege is Xana yelling. That violence on that tape and the time the car drove off in 3 minutes. How is it conceivable that you match that timeline with what we now know to be, based on the prosecution's Paulette Sutton's report, based on what we see there?
Right.
And another thing that I talk about in the book,
right,
we haven't even talked about, is the police asked Bethany Funk very specifically about this story. We all heard the story about the firecrackers. Or whatever.
What about it?
He said, and I have the audio recording. It might even be on the internet now. I don't even know if it's been released. But in that interview, she says very, very specifically, all I remember is I heard a loud bang, and I kind of came around, and I heard the sound of the ping pong table moving, and I heard the sound of cups being moved around. That's what she said. I'm not even summarizing. That's what she said. So we go back to how did the beer pong table stay there while Xana was fighting for her life running through it? There are a million questions. But the timeline to explain how a lone killer got in, attacked Xana, ran down, killed her in the struggle on the floor, then hacked up her 6'4", 228-pound boyfriend in the bed 3 feet away, then somehow came back out and got out of the house. That 8 hours might be an issue, but for me, the major timeline issue to a reasonably bright person would be, how the hell did that happen in 3 minutes? And we haven't even got to the object, right? When Dylan Mortensen saw Brian Koberger, or the masked man, leaving the house, she was very specific that she saw him carrying a cylindrical object in both hands.
A vacuum. Maybe a vacuum.
Well, she said maybe a vacuum, but let's just describe what it was, right? We know something very clearly. We know that that Kaylee was killed with an object that inflicted blunt force trauma that was not found at the house. They didn't find a knife, and they didn't find this object. And we know that he was seen leaving the house with what might be alleged to be the object used to inflict blunt force trauma. My question to you guys is, how if he brought that?
What's that about? Never heard about that.
So he brought it with him, right? He left the knife sheath apparently, but he brought this instrument with him. He comes downstairs to the second floor. At the bottom of the floor, he runs into Xana, the police narrative, the prosecution narrative, and he attacks Xana. What did he do? He put the vacuum down, pulled out the knife, started hacking her, chased her down the hallway, chased her across the living room, down the hallway, killed her in this horrific struggle in the room, covered in blood. He comes back, somehow picks up the vacuum, and Dylan opens the door and sees him standing there with this object in his hand. There are gaps.
I love you.
There are gaps in rational discussion of these sequences of
You think?
Warrant discussion.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Rational discussion.
She saw a fireman. So at one point,
Well,
she saw a fireman.
Well, yeah.
Bethany, we're interviewed numerous times. 2 of them I've listened to, not just the transcripts, whatever else. Many things were said that have not entered the public discussion. But my only thing about Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk is that they're young women who suffered unspeakable trauma just being in the house while it happened. Right? One of them was a witness. Dylan was a witness, and much of what we know about the bushy eyebrows and the balaclava and the object in his hand, all of that comes from Dylan. And my only question in this case is not about Dylan.
Why not?
The question in this case is, why did police not ask more questions to try to answer these questions? I'm not blaming Dylan. Many people talk about her in various different ways, and I don't want to go there. But I do want to know why, as a witness, she was never asked these important questions. And I say never asked these important questions because I've heard every minute of the interviews over and over and over
again. Should, my friend.
So, that's a big question.
Look.
Not necessarily.
Whatever.
But why don't we know more about it? Why didn't anybody else want to know more about it?
That's a good question, and that's what I want to know, because it was actually Brett Payne who put in his affidavit that Dylan was in a frozen shock phase. Quote. She never said that.
No, that's not even remotely accurate. I think eventually these tapes will probably come out. If they haven't come out yet, they probably will. I think some of them are out. But if you listen to them, if you listen to those tapes and we were having this discussion, it would be a very, very different discussion.
Yeah.
Because that's not what happened.
I totally agree with that. It would be a really big, different discussion. Be a really big discussion. Okay. However, his logic is drawing him to the right conclusion. He doesn't want to go as far as to say that Dylan was somehow involved in this, but all his thoughts and all his, rationale leading up to this point, that's where you're going. That's the direction you're going in. And I understand why he wants to, I guess I understand why he would want to cut himself off after a certain point and not say directly that, nah, Dylan, yeah, of course Dylan wasn't, and whatever. But all your logic is leading up to that. So, he's smart. He's smart, and he's aware of his logic. He's aware of the steps that he's taking here, and those steps are going to lead you, the more you follow them, they're going to lead you directly to Dylan. And he knows that, yet he doesn't want to come out and say publicly, I guess, or whatever, that, no, she's a victim. However, you're giving her a lot of passes, though, and your logic, see, that's where so that I'm gonna say that's one difference I have with this fellow. That's one difference I have. Because, yeah. There's no reason to give her a pass. If he says he's following the evidence right, there is no reason to give Dylan Mortensen a pass. Yet he does, apparently. However, if he's following his own logic, right, you're not giving Dylan Mortensen a pass at all. Now, they're alluding to that here, but he will not admit, he will not say, well, yeah, I'm not going to give Dylan Mortensen a pass. He will not admit that. He will not admit that. And to me, that's a problem, and that's a difference I have, at least one with this person now. That's a problem. He probably doesn't want to get sued, and I understand that. He doesn't want to get sued. I understand that. Which, that's a good reason. I'm saying. But, whatever. I guess that's a big difference I have there. All right, quick break. How much is left of this one? All right, not too much left with this. We'll finish this up. 15 minutes, hey, guys. But how is my garden doing? I must check in my garden. How is everybody doing out there in the darkness? Oh, you in the light again. Well, look at you. You're lucky. All right. What are we doing, though? Who's Kirby? Hey, Jethro Tull, I'll give you Kirby. And Dame Celestine, I'll give you Kirby. I don't know who Kirby is. You can't beat your kid. You know what? Ellie. You know what, Ellie? Ellie, I kind of like where you're going with that, but, all right. God damn it, guys. Mrs. John's still here, too. Oh, my God. Double trouble. I know what I have to do, but tonight's not the night for it. All right. Okay, oh, just stop fucking crying for once, you fucking... God damn. Fucking god damn. I do want to do some jive talking, but I'm not going to do it tonight because that's just going to confuse the audience. All right, guys. Well, thanks, Tyrone. We don't want to confuse them any more than they are, do we? No, I don't think we do, Master Nature. Oh my God. Fucking hell with you. I'm totally done with you. Like I'm trying to leave you at the fucking dance, man. But I can't. You just keep showing up. Fucking hell, Masternature. I don't know what's wrong with you anymore. Fucking hell. God damn. Fucking hell. All right. God, all right, Tyler. Jeez, man. Yeah, fuck all. I'm in a bad fucking mood. Fuck all. All right, I'll get on this. We'll finish this guy up. Interesting. I like what he's saying. Big difference, though. He's not going to call out Dylan. He will not go that far. I understand. You don't want to get sued. In case you're, like, wrong somehow, you don't want to get sued. I don't know. I gotta say allegedly, in my opinion. Look, there's no point. No point in taking her. All the ransom notes are all the ransom bullshit. That's proven to be false. Nobody was ransoming. That was all a lie. It's all a lie. So, Guthrie's extraneous. It's not about the money. It's never about the money. All those ransom demands were false. Have been proven to be false. At least I think we know that. Not about the money. It never was about the money. It's about an object. There's an object here that I desperately needed to have. Wasn't Guthrie. Guthrie's extraneous. But we decided to take her for some reason, which was unnecessary. Unnecessary to do that, but we did it. Why? Why do we do that? It's unnecessary to do that. Do we panic? Maybe. Why the panic? Why the panic? But then, how are we so good, though? Yeah, I don't know, guys. A lot of questions there. A lot of questions. Wow. Well, then how am I so good? Then how am I so good at not being seen anywhere, driving away from the crime scene? I'm not identified by anybody up until this point. How am I so good, though, at then getting away with her not being seen by anybody, apparently, or anything, and keep this hidden for 3 months? Then how am I so good at doing that? It's weird. Very strange. Very fucking strange. I am trying to get something. I took something. I didn't need to take it. I didn't need to take her. But I took her. And then what? What? You took her what? There's other things you took. There's other things that were taken. It wasn't just her. Absolutely. That is my alleged opinion. Right. Yeah. So, we're going to get on to part. This is Act 2 of our love letter. Thank you for sticking with me all these minutes and time and hours that you put into the garden on this beautiful Sunday. This beautiful Sunday night. We in the church. We in the Electric Garden Church. You know where you at. Make some popcorn. Fucking roast some fucking shit on the fucking barbecue. I don't know what you gotta fucking do to get yourself all situated here. All right. You know where you are. Now, in honor of everybody's vibe and what they've been fucking telling me, here you go. You know I had to do it. You know I had to do it. Right? Igor. Hello, Igor. It's a really weird song, though, isn't it, guys? Yeah. All right, I know. There you go. Thank you, Igor. Thank you very much. Now, what are we doing? Oh, no. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the garden, you can't. Oh,
Guys, can you watch my sister for a second? I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh my God, Mrs. John. You thought it was over. No, it ain't over. What the? Oh my God. Look. Oh, we saw this one. Mrs. John. Oh yeah, he winking at you. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God, Mrs. John. What are you putting me through here?
Hey guys, can you watch my sister for a second? I'll be right back.
Okay, here we go. All right, I love you, baby. Oh my God, Mrs. John. You know what? You pushed me to the absolute limit of my existence. You understand that? Oh my Lord. There's a million of this fucking thing. What is going on? What is this? Oh my. All right, Mrs. John. Hey, look. All right. Oh my God. This is why I have no subscribers. All right. No, I don't care. I really don't. All right. I love you. I love you, babies. Who has a mustache? All right. I don't have no. Do I have a mustache? Did you feel him touch you with that eye? Oh my God. Renegades. That's what you are. You're fucking renegades. I knew it. You renegades the whole time. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's get back to this. Hang on. We'll get back to it.
Can I ask you a question? I'm going to ask you a question about something.
No, I'm not gay.
As far as I know, it was in the book. As far as I know, this was not included in your
That'd be funny, though, wouldn't it?
What are your thoughts?
Are you gay?
That they demolished that
No, I'm not gay, man.
Buried it.
This is my thought, and it's not what people are going to want to hear.
Well, okay.
Crimes happen around the country. There's a crime happening in America today, right now, in this moment, probably dozens of them, right?
I just heard sirens outside my office.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's a fact of life. We live in a violent society, and these crimes occur. And my answer to you is,
all right, I love you.
As tragic as that sounds, as
can we grab a margarita?
I saw the other day where I live. I was driving down, and I saw a van go by, and it said crime scene and disaster cleanup. There are businesses, and that's all they do is go into houses and clean up crime scenes, right? This is a rental house
Okay.
owned by an investor. Many of us have rental properties or whatever the case may be. And at some point, the police did every investigation they could. And it goes back to the person that owns the house. The state of Idaho, the community of Moscow, cannot just take by eminent domain an entire property till the end of time when it belongs to somebody else. So I think the reality is twofold. One, it was a constant standing reminder of this tragedy that occurred. Police took it apart from the inside out. They took the sheetrock out. They took parts of the floor. They took parts of the wall. They took the furniture over time. But eventually,
that's true.
Maybe months, maybe years, eventually, property owners say, I want my land back. I want my house back. I want to do whatever else. They're going to rent it out. They're going to live in it again. My aunt lived in a house where she was attacked by somebody with knives and then committed suicide with a shotgun. And once they cleaned it up, she had to move back into that house because she lived there.
God, I'm so sorry.
But people know this
Jesus Christ.
all over the world all the time.
All right. Hey, you wanted bloody guts. Do I not deliver? Hey, look. I am the greatest of all time. I am Stanley. Did you not know that? I have been Stanley the whole time. I give you blood and guts. Do I know? Well, not really. Stanley, not really. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, wait, hey, all right, hey. Hang on. Before we get... We're going to jump right back to Mr. Tequila Sunrise, all right? All right? I don't know, guys. The more I watch this guy, the more I'm like, I want to grab a margarita somewhere here. I don't know. I want the wind blowing through my fucking hair. I don't know. Oh, it's weird. Anyway, we should grab a fucking margarita.
More distant. I could tell it was not towards me at all.
So this is a question I have to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen.
If he saw you, why do you believe you were spared?
I don't know. I've been asking that like nonstop. It kind of freaks me out because I'm just like, I don't really understand why I was spared. Like, I'm a girl. I am 5'10". I'm not that insanely strong.
Goonie goo goo.
A guy is a lot stronger than I am. If you want to.
Goonie goo goo. Yes, we talked about Gus before. Oh my God, where have you been? I got a comment like, is this Bigfoot? I'm like, yes, where have you been? In the hot tub. All right. Oh my God. We are on a roll tonight, lovelies. It's just one stream of consciousness after fucking another here with you people. Why do I even have to be here? Oh my God. It is one stream of consciousness after another, after a fucking another. That's what it is. My God, damn. My God. Oh my God. Yes, we talked about this before. I guess I have to fucking re-educate people. Yeah. Remember Sanchez. Goddamn Bunny. Remember Bunny?
Ever have a heavy set aunt fall down the steps? Make a whole lot of fucking noise.
Remember?
Scary too, because they be calling Jesus on the way down.
And right.
Fall straight down the steps like a kid. They be trying to break the fall and hold it and stop the shit.
Remember?
And that just make the fall take a half hour then.
All right. And then we get into Aunt Bunny. Right, we talked about this. All right, anyway. What were we doing? Why were you spared? I don't know. I guess I just was spared. I haven't. Anyway, whatever.
It freaks me out because I'm just like, I don't really understand why I was spared. Like, I'm a girl.
Goonie goo goo.
I'm not that insanely strong.
You're Goonie goo goo.
Stronger than I am. If he wanted to hurt me, he would have.
Yes.
That's what I understand. And I just like wonder, like, did he know me? Did he not know me? Like, was it because he didn't know me and didn't want, like, and felt bad, or was it because he didn't know me and knew I wouldn't recognize him? Like, what was it? That's why.
Yeah, it's quite an answer. Yeah. See, this is what I call a. How do we label this? We've talked about this before. So, there's a few points in this interview where she is contemplating the possibility that, yes, in fact, I do know, I have an idea who this is. This is one of those instances where we almost get her to really contemplate it, but ISP never pressed forward with their questions about it. Okay? They never pressed her on this. Big problem? Yes, absolutely. But anyway, we get to certain low points here where there's a couple instances where we're contemplating the fact, and it's a good fact, that yes, whoever did this, I have awareness of, yes, I have a good awareness of who this could be. Yeah. She doesn't admit it. She doesn't say, but she does. Yes. She almost concedes that would be the most logical thing here. She almost concedes that. She doesn't. She does not quite. And again, ISP, Victoria Gooch and company, they do not press her any further. They do not say, well, you know what, Dylan Mortensen, in sort of looking at types of crimes like this, this is what you could say. In sort of looking at types of crimes like this, it's very unusual that there would be, a survivor, right, who actually supposedly saw the perpetrator and lived to tell the tale of that. That's very unusual and rare. It's very rare. In fact, that usually doesn't happen. Okay. No, it doesn't. So anyway, Dylan, okay, are you sure that you can't think of anybody that would have maybe been messing around, wanted to dress up and enter the house for some reason? Maybe they were trying to play a prank on somebody in the house, because everybody who liked to play pranks on each other, Dylan Mortensen, remember that. We all like to play pranks on each other. Mortensen knows that. Remember, we've looked at Miss Mortensen for a very long time. Yes, we have. Very long time. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Goonie goo goo. Goonie fucking goo goo. Yeah, right. You say yes. Yes, the Bigfoot. I've talked about that fucking 1 year ago. We told a Goonie goo goo. And I had one night in the garden say, you don't want to be tussling with no fucking Bigfoot. I said, you're goddamn right. What's my name? Goddamn fucking right. Yeah, fuck off. That's right. That's right, baby. That's right, baby.
Who the hell are you?
I'm
the man who's keeping it.
That's right, baby. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about.
We had an agreement, right? We got our deal, so where's the tank, Mike?
Mike doesn't know where it is. Only I do.
That's right, baby.
You're dealing with me now, not him.
Why don't
like,
you just cut to what it is you want or what you think is going to happen here, all right? Because we're going to get what we came for.
1,000 gallons of methylamine is worth more in my hands than it is in yours, or anyone else's for that matter. But I need distribution.
Distribution?
That's right. So if you agree to give up your cook and sell my product instead, I'll give you 35% of the take.
35%? Wow, are you kidding me? 35? Mike, please tell me. This is a joke. You know how far we have to stick our necks out to get our hands on this cash? Why the hell would we want you? You realize we have our own operation, right?
I know all about your operation. See, my partners here tell me that you produce a meth that's 70% pure, if you're lucky. What I produce is 99.1% pure. So it's grade school T-ball versus the New York Yankees. Yours is just some tepid, off-brand, generic cola. What I'm making is classic Coke.
All right. Okay, so...
I love you.
Just waste you right here, right now.
Anyway, you get it. You get it. All right, baby. That's right. Anyway. Yeah, where were we? Sorry, guys. I was in a tequila sunrise. Yes, I was. Wrapped in a tequila sunrise here, baby. Here we go.
We focus on in this particular case because it's big for us.
All right.
It's just, a horrific crime.
Yep.
4 horrific crimes.
Yes.
In this property that was owned by somebody else. So I think there is a plausible legal explanation of why that was torn down, because it eventually went back to the owner, and the owner said, I don't want any reminder of what happened in this structure. So I don't have a problem with any of that. I know people do. I think that's it.
What about the owner giving it or deeding it to the university?
Again, you have to ask the owner, but if it were my property, it would make sense that I would deed it to the owner, because I would say, I deed it to the university because I would say, look, in the best interest of the community, I don't want to be accused of tearing down the house. I'll give it to you as property, and you can decide what to do with it. So that also makes sense to me. So among all the things that I found, that's not one that really surprises me.
You've been really generous with your time, and I apologize that we've gone over a little bit. Do you have time for just 2 real quick viewer questions? 2? I promise they're quick.
I'm not sure I agree with that one. I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know about that one, guys. I don't know if I agree with that one. Nah. I don't think it's as easy as that, my friends. No. So I totally disagree with that. There is definitely going to be money exchanged here. You gotta. I don't know if he's purposely neglecting this, or if he's just. I don't know, but it's not as easy as that kind of. The way we want to paint that. I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that painting at all. I think that's definitely the wrong painting for this argument. That's definitely the wrong painting here. Yes, absolutely. It's not as easy as that. No. It's not just, I'm giving it to the university, because I don't want to be accused of what? I don't want to be accused of anything. What did he say? Accused of what? That's not a reason to give the house to the university. I mean, look, let's rewind just a smidge, because we are the greatest of all time. Yeah, it's almost like he wrote a book about our garden, ourself. Weird. Anyway, listen
to the owner. Because I would say, I deed it to the university because I would say, look, in the best interest of the community, I don't want to be accused of tearing down the house. I'll give it to you
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
And you can decide what to do with it. So
that absolutely makes no fucking sense at all. That is, guys, that is not an argument. That is so fucking dumb. That is not an argument. Yeah, I'm going to give you the house because I don't want to be the one responsible for it to be torn down. So I'm going to just give it to the university so they're going to make that decision if they want to tear it down or not. That's not a fucking reason. Absolutely not. Oh my God. Hey, I love you. We are the greatest of all time. I'm just saying. But that's ridiculous, my friend. That kind of reasoning right there, I don't know where that rationale, he's getting that rationale from, but that is totally ridiculous. That is not good logic at all. And no, it would not happen like that. No, you're talking about a property area that's worth some money, okay? It's worth some money. You're in a college town, you know? And property in this college town, especially rental houses in houses where your income is coming from the rental house from the university students, it's a money-making machine. And this property is just not it's not just some fucking, you know what I'm saying? This property has money. Regardless of what happened here. That's my opinion. So, and you're not going to just gift this entire plot and not just the house, whatever, but the land, okay? You're not just going to gift that to the university for no compensation of any sort. You're not just going to do that. Why would you do that? That's the dumbest thing I'd ever think about. And this idiot, I'm sorry. I mean, come on. There's no mention of, well, yeah, they probably got paid. You know, they probably got like a couple $1 million for it, or $1 million for the property, or I don't know, maybe $500,000 for the land. You know, fuck the house, but you're going to get some money for the land at least. Fuck the house. You understand? It's so stupid. Like we're just going to gift away fucking land to the university for no reason at all and not get any compensation for that. Are you out of your fucking mind? I mean, if people want to believe that, that's fine. Okay, and apparently this kind of character, he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to contemplate that. But yes, you're just not going to give away a fucking, a big chunk of land to somebody without any compensation for it. I mean, are you stupid? Who would do that? In your right mind, who would do that? You know what I'm saying? Land is valuable. It doesn't matter what's on the fucking land, but it's valuable. You know, you could do whatever you want, depending on what the zoning is. You know, depend on whatever. But in that sort of town, right, where housing is a really good business, you know, you're just not going to give away. I'm sorry, you're not going to give that. You're going to get some money out of that fucking shit. Absolutely. You are not just going to hand that shit over. Just because you are not going to do that. I don't care. You are not altruistic, my friend. And these people in Idaho at this point in time, these people are not altruistic people, my friends. Altruistic. And so, no, you're not handing over your fucking land. For what? For what? To get out of a decision? To get out of a decision that somebody or not would have to make on whether or not we're going to tear the house down or not. That is not a reason, guys. We are the greatest of all time. I just broke it down there for you why that's a terrible reason. Everything about that is a terrible reason. First of all, the number one reason behind my argument, people are not altruistic. That's number one. I have yet to meet a patron saint. I have never met an altruistic person ever in my life. Have you? No. That's my first argument. Duh. Are you kidding me? You know what the chances of being? Look, no, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. That's like me walking down. Look, I shouldn't say this. I'm just saying naturally, people are not going to just walk down the street, okay, with fucking gold coins in their hands, all right? I mean, and we're not talking a fucking YouTube publicity stunt here. You know what these people do with this kind of, with money and giving away cars. No, I'm not talking about that bullshit. I'm saying naturally, you're not going to be walking down the street with gold coins in your hands and just fucking handing them out to fucking people. Okay? Just, here you go. Here's $200,000 worth of gold. I'm just going to fucking hand it out to you because I'm that altruistic. I don't think so, my friends. I'm sorry. I'm living in the Blade Runner fucking universe, my friend. That's where I'm living. I'm in the Blade Runner universe. That's where I live. I am in the android fucking unicorns. That's where I live. I live in the fucking unicorn dreams. That's where I exist. Yes, indeed. Fucking hell. You one of the best who got it. And we all dream of those android fucking unicorns. Yes, we do. All of us. Yes, we do. Anyway, no D&I tonight? We scared D&I off, the replicate? Do we scare you off for good? Oh my. I can weave anybody into a storyline here, but the problem is I can't find my ladder. Where the fuck you hide it? God damn. That remembers the time in 1914 when somebody, I had a corncob fucking pipe. I was sitting on my porch. I was smoking out of my corncob pipe with fucking tobacco. And my aunt shimmies up to my house. She slaps the fucking corncob pipe out of my fucking mouth. Tobacco fire go flying every fucking where. I said, what the fuck you doing, bitch? She thought I was smoking fucking crack. Yeah. Even way back then. They thought I was smoking crack. I was smoking a fucking corncob pipe with fucking tobacco leaf in it. Yeah, that's how crazy that shit was back then. Fucking hell, man. Jesus. Hey, thank you. Hey, I got a lot of stories, Master Nature. I could sit here all fucking night and tell you my stories. It would be a 12-hour marathon. Everybody like, man, this fucking asshole still talking? Oh my God. Well, hell yeah, Master Nature. I got a million fucking stories I can fucking tell you. Holy shit. Stanley, too. Hey, Stanley, You think I'm bad? Stanley has about 4 million fucking story he could fucking tell you. Oh my God. He'll keep you up for the rest of eternity. Okay. If you let him talk. Oh my God. Oh my. I thought I was bad. Fucking Stanley is off the fucking chart. Oh my God. He's got 4 million fucking story. I couldn't fucking believe it. Well, that's why I'm the greatest up here. That's why I got the #1 spill around radio station. I know I'm the greatest. You don't have to keep telling me that. I know it. I mean, I like to hear it. Don't get me wrong here, but. Regina, where's my fucking coffee? Hey, Regina, you know what? Where's my fucking coffee? Every fucking day with you. Regina, where's my cappuccino? Regina, where's my cappuccino? Every day, same fucking excuse from her. What? I'm sorry, Stanley, it's cold. I'm sorry, Stanley. There was a really long line. I was waiting to get it. Every fucking day, there's an excuse with her. You know, every day I gotta fucking hear. I just want somebody who could fucking bring me a cappuccino that's fucking hot and fucking steaming, you know, with that little foam on the fucking top of it. That's all I want. Every fucking day of my life, Regina. There's excuse after excuse here. Oh my God. You get sucked in every time. Regina's not real, guys. Regina's not real, guys. She's not real. Yeah. Quick break. Hey, I gotta find my ladder. Has anybody seen my ladder up here? Anybody? Oh God. All right. Well, I guess I'll use the candle. Well, we in the temple of the dog. So yeah, I can use the candle here. We in the temple of the dog. Come here. If you didn't know that already. Oh, all right. Sometimes that'll do, I guess. All right. Carry on. We must carry on. Like this. This. I don't know. Difficult to say. They do go rapidly, though. I don't know. Perhaps they do. Yeah. All right, let's go. Contemplating the end of the world. Yeah, stuff like that. All right, anyway. Here we are. You ever contemplate the end of the world? All right, here we are. What are we doing? All right, let's finish this guy up. Let's finish him up. There we are. Sorry, we're back in Tequila Sunrise. Right?
So that also makes sense to me. So among all the things that I found, that's not one that really surprises me.
You've been really generous with
your time. Me.
I apologize that we've gone
we
over.
Talked about that.
Just two real
terrible assessments.
Two. I promised.
Two questions. All right, let's go.
So Half Dead said.
Half Dead.
I have a deep curiosity as to how a different police department in any other state would have handled this case from start to finish, or how a different defense attorney would have worked it.
Fabulous question. Outstanding question. I asked the same question. And I'll say this.
It's a good question.
Look at resources. People talk about local crimes, state crimes, federal crimes. Oftentimes it's a scale. You start with a municipality, in this case, Moscow, 27,000 people, and a local police department that doesn't typically investigate quadruple homicides, the worst case in Idaho's history, right? When they realized they needed additional resources like crime analysis,
something like that,
things of that, they bring in the state because they have more resources, training, a lab, things like that. When it exceeds
one of the worst,
police,
one of the worst.
FBI. Does New York State have greater resources?
There's some pretty bad crimes that happen there.
Yes. Does California? Yes.
Sure.
Does Massachusetts? Yes. Right. We can say that. It's a scale. In this case, the police responded to a medical emergency, the 911 call. They responded to a passed out woman. So Officer Mitch Nunez rolls up thinking he's going to be an EMT call, right? And it went crazy fast. I think they did a brilliant job. In my opinion, the Moscow Police Department did a brilliant job in processing everything by the books. Then the state the state did a good job. Then the FBI came in with much greater resources.
Whoa, I don't know about that. I disagree with that, my friend.
Other municipalities, yes, it would have. Not because of intention. These are all people that swore an oath to protect the Constitution and the people of their community. The difference is resources. Would it have been handled differently in other places? Maybe, likely. Not because they didn't do a good job, but because they didn't have the resources other places would. The NYPD has entire squads of homicide, or at least one squad of homicide detectives, and that's all they do. Moscow Police Department did not have that luxury.
And they hadn't had a murder for a number of years either. Okay, the other viewer comment that I have, and I think it's a good question from our viewer, Artfully Becoming, and she says, I think Dylan took photos. Did we ever see those? And yes, she did take photos. Have we seen them? Did you see them?
Yes. I've seen a lot of them. I haven't seen all of them. She took a video. She told investigators she took a video, I think it was at 2:11 in the morning, in Kaylee's room of Maddie, Bethany, Kaylee, and her in Kaylee's room with the dog. And I've heard it talked about, discussed, and in interviews, but I've not seen it. But there are many others, like there's one online now that I referenced in the book where she's on the couch, they're watching the Vampire Diaries, and you can see the beer pong table in the background. And I used that photograph to reference where it was at 2:15 in the morning, roughly, and afterwards. So yes, photos were taken. I've seen many of them. Some of them I have not. I don't know if police ever saw them. I don't know.
I think she's talking, Artfully Becoming, about, and Yoli and I did an episode where we took a look at the timeline, and Dylan and Bethany were active on their phones early in the morning. We're talking about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's very well documented.
Photographs, I think we're talking about here.
I don't know photographs. I have not seen photographs during that time frame, but I've seen the phone activity, and it's two things. One, some of it is very well documented, and it's not what we've been told. A lot of activity. Two, some of it was text messages, and some of it was Snapchat, and some of the Snapchat messages, quite a number of the social media communications, I'll say, including Snapchat messages, were disappeared. So there's a mechanism like a blood spatter, right? There's a mechanism where you actually have the message itself. And there's others where there's a track that the message was delivered, but the message is gone. You with me? But I've never
you,
seen an indication of photographs. No, I have not.
I would have to go back, but Yoli, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that there was an indication in that timeline of Dylan's phone activity that she did take some pictures and she actually manipulated the images and sent them out.
If that's the case, I haven't seen it. But listen, I've seen a lot.
I'm sure, I know.
Hundreds of thousands of bits of elements. I've never seen anything that indicates that. Did it happen? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have no personal.
Thank you so much for your time. We went over the time we asked you for, and you've been very gracious. Do you have any final?
I love talking to you guys. I love your questions and the intelligence behind them. I just have to run to another.
No, I understand.
Okay.
We fully understand. So we thank you very much for your time. And unless you have any final words, have fun. Thank you,
guys. I got to say, I don't typically enjoy talking to attorneys, but you're fantastic. Thank you.
You're not the first person that I've heard say that.
I don't doubt that.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Bye.
Yoli, I thought that was a really interesting interview, and I had a couple of takeaways.
I don't know, yeah.
Oh, the first one, maybe I just have been not.
Yoli, what's up, baby? Hey, Yoli, what you doing tonight? Hey, Yoli, are we rolling through Chinatown or what? All right. Hey, baby. Hey. So look, this is what you get if you want to go with the Tyrone plan here. $59.95 a month. I can interpret people like Yoli here, and we can be rolling through fucking Chinatown, like ordering all kinds of fucking like weird fucking Chinese food and shit. And like, I don't know what the fuck we're doing here, but we're gonna find ourselves in Chinatown, rolling with fucking Yoli, getting all fucked up and drunk, okay, and when they would end up in a fucking, like a weird fucking taxi cab with like weird Chinese writing on it and shit, and they were sped away, and then I wake up in my apartment the next day, I'm all fucked up. That's what happens when I roll with Yoli. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, though. If I fucking roll with her, that's what would happen to me. Fucking hell, man. I mean, look at this. Sorry, guys. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm really trying. And it's not been an easy road for me. I had to take a very long road to where I'm at now in my life. And, I mean, this road is like the longest fucking road I've ever been on. And, every day I think to myself, I'm gonna get off this road, and, but no, the road just keeps on fucking going, and the gato won't shut up. But I guess I have to keep running on. All right. Excuse me. Let's take a quick break. All right, we'll take a quick break on that. The gato is well, I think we have to let him out because he's tearing up the door. Master Nature, he's really revved up. Oh my god! All right, I think you better let him out, man. Holy shit! Jesus. I mean, yeah, we can get back to Yoli in a minute here, but Jesus Christ. Thank you. All right, hang on, guys. All right. I'm so cold. You gonna find some secrets or not? Nah, I don't know about that. You haven't found him in 2 weeks. Yeah, I know you tried. Yeah, I'm not deaf. I'm not deaf. Go ahead. Go on. Go on. Just scratch the mouth. I'm not deaf. Yeah, I'm not deaf. Yeah. Always a beggar. You're always a beggar. Go on. Beggar. Always. Your mouth. Well, that's a great scene, actually. All right, here we are. Back in the mist. Guthrie. Back in the mist of Guthrie. Safe. Something. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, guys. No. Anyway, sorry. Not gonna make any sense. As far as we know, as far as we know, there's no robbery, right? There's no robbery, right? You said this, right? We talked about this, right? We don't know that there was a robbery. Has there been any information put out in the Guthrie case that says the house was actually robbed of any valuables, of any worth at all? I don't remember reading anything about that. Maybe, but I don't remember. So, you know what I'm saying? You have this humongous property. Maybe I missed this, but I don't remember reading anything up until this point about like the house being fucking robbed, and that's a very big property. We've seen pictures of it. It's a pretty nice spread, and there's no robbery at all in the house. I mean, you know what I'm saying here. I find that very difficult to believe. I mean, Jesus, I absolutely find that very difficult to believe. If this was, again, this is another reason why this is not motivated by money. That's another reason why it's not. Because apparently nothing was stolen. As far as, right? Nothing, right? There's nothing been put out, like, I don't think. That, yes, the place was fucking ransacked. Everything was taken. You know? I don't remember reading anything about that. No? Yes, they cleaned the place out. Fuck, there's nothing left. Right? They took everything. You know? They stole all the important shit. I don't remember reading anything like that. No. That would make sense. You know, if I read that, I'd be like, oh, all right. That makes sense now. It was a robbery. Yeah, stupid. Stupid, really stupid. You got to be taking something else out of there. You have to be. You have to be taking something else out of there. You absolutely have to. If you're propping the doors open, and that wasn't police, and that was not the police doing that. That's a big if, though. I tell you what, that's a really big fucking if. Okay, that's a big if. It's a big if. But even so, maybe. But then what? Then what? It's not money. It's not money motivated, because again, you could rob the house. So, and the ransoms are fake, which apparently they are at this point. Seems so, based on everything that's been put out. They apparently are all fakes. Yep. So, what does that leave you with? Yeah. If it wasn't for money, all right? Yeah, weird. But yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's a big. I don't know. I don't know about that. I still think you're taking. No, I still think you're taking something out of that house. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not going to move away from that right now. I'm going to stay in my square with that one. I still think you're taking something out of that house. Absolutely. Aside from Guthrie, you're taking something else out of that fucking house. I'm not getting off that square. No. Something else is... There's something else there that's driving me to do this. Definitely. It's too big of a risk. Why? Because it's too big of a risk. This whole thinking, right? Let's follow this for a minute. This whole type of thinking, if I'm thinking about kidnapping a person, okay? Let's follow this a bit. I'm thinking about kidnapping somebody, right? And that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to go and kidnap them and forget everything else. You know, well, okay. Then you gotta think through that. You gotta think through why that would be. Why would I just go and want to kidnap somebody? You gotta think through that. It's not money. I think it's apparent. If there's no robbery, if we didn't see, that's the problem here. I think. My guess is there was stuff taken out of that house. Yes, indeed. That's my guess. I don't know. You got to think about this. And I don't know if it's the family. I don't know. I don't know. Good point. I think Creamy Row. Was it Creamy Row? One of you. Creamy Row, perhaps. You know, one of you. Right, I'm sorry. You know, you made the point that you got Annie, right? You have Annie. You have the daughter. And she's already called 911. And she already has police at the house, right? This occurs first. And then we're talking to Savannah. We're talking to Savannah. And we're telling Savannah what we're doing, right? What's going on. But see, that's a problem because we already have these things in motion, but yet we didn't even talk to Savannah yet. You know, it's weird. I find I do find that weird. I do. You know, I do find that odd. I find it odd that Annie would not contact Savannah first and ask her or talk to her about what's going on. I find it very hard to believe that Annie would not talk to her first before calling 911 and having the police come over to the house to check on her. I find that very difficult to believe that didn't happen first. You know, and I think the way Savannah Guthrie has discussed it, that's exactly what happened. You know, that she found out about what was going on when she did talk to Annie, her sister. That's when she first found out about, the cops you already called the cops and the cops already are at the house? Well, that's first time I'm hearing about it. So that is odd to me. I do agree with that. That's odd to me that Annie wouldn't call or try to talk to Savannah before getting the police involved, right, in a missing person case here. You know, I do find that very hard to believe, that she would not talk to Savannah first about it and then making a decision to do whatever they're going to do at that point. That's a very good question to me. Or why that wasn't. That why Savannah, why she says that, why it's the opposite there with her. Why that did not happen is very odd. And I'd be very curious about that. You know, like, how comes you didn't tell me what you're fucking doing? Like, you know, what do you mean you called the cops? What do you mean you called the cops to our mother's house? What's going on? How comes you didn't let me know what you're doing before you did all this shit? I could very easily see that. Because that's not a hard stretch here. And that makes me wonder if what Savannah's saying is true, that her sister, she didn't tell her prior that she was going to call the police and report the mother missing. She didn't let Savannah know ahead of time before she actually fucking did it. You know? I find that very difficult very hard to believe that did not happen. Strange. I mean, and you know, and Annie has to realize, right, unless she's a complete sped, that Savannah is a well-known figure and a public persona, right? That, wait a minute, before I call the police on anything in my family, maybe I should talk to my sister first, who is a public figure, you know, like well-known around the country. Duh. Now, why wouldn't you talk to her first before deciding to call 911 by yourself and not letting your famous sister know, you know, beforehand what you're going to do? Does that make any sense, guys? Not to me. I mean, that's ridiculous. So why is that then? Very strange. That is very strange to me. If that is indeed what happened, it seems Savannah Guthrie kind of, that's how she kind of describes it happening. Very odd. Very odd. Very odd. To me, that's very odd to me. I would definitely, if I was in that situation, I'd be like, I don't know. I'd be very, man, that's a difficult one there. That's difficult to say how you react to that, maybe, or think about that. But I don't know. Man, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. Yeah, that's a, no. Nope. All right, quick break. And then we get on to we finish this guy off. Did we finish him? Oh, yeah, we finished him. Yeah, that's right. He went bye-bye. That's right, he went bye-bye. All right, guys, quick break, and then we finish then we have to finish the invocation, all right? The invocation must end. You understand that? The invocation? Right. That's right. Or, I'm sorry, the termination. That's right. All right, here we go. Anyway, quick break. Good ceremony tonight, my loves. Oh, good one. Weird. Strange. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, man, unless... I mean, that... Ooh, that's a... Ooh, boy. Weird. I have no idea. I don't know, guys. Weird. Weird. All right, let's finish this up. Yeah, we finished that guy up. Good. Shit. We learned a lot tonight. I think we learned a lot. It was a good live. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, here's where we were. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, God. Okay, well, we have to finish it, though.
That's an issue. Whether it would have been found inadmissible in that court is another question, but I think there's some serious problems with that. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think even if it would have been admissible, the fact that all of the handwriting is in one person's handwriting,
She's gonna Shanghai me,
and that there are photographs when that sticker is not on there, and there's dates on there, and it creates confusion. So either it would have been excluded, but there was no motion in limine to exclude that. But I think there would have been questions in trial if it was admitted that defense counsel could have pointed out, like, I want to know the person, and I don't know, I get fixated on certain things, but I want to know the person whose handwriting that is, who he or she is, because I'd want to ask them, when did you write this? How did you get this information to write in here?
Well, in any normal court of law, I think a defense attorney would.
Hey, yeah, baby. Hey, baby, we go to Chinatown, baby. Let's go to Chinatown, baby.
That person needs to go on the stand.
Yeah, we're a little Morticia stuff going on there. A little Morticia.
The interview, and I used to work in broadcasting.
Spy in the house of the butterface.
Saying, don't bury the lead.
Oh my God! Spy in the house of the butterface.
Else, both on the blanket. On Maddie's side of the bed, and also Ethan had a clump of hair, whether it had fallen on the floor or it went to the autopsy and it was still in his. There's hair of someone else that is not any of the three girls or Ethan, and it's not Dylan, and it's not Bethany, and it's not the dog. There was someone else there, and we don't know to this day, all these months and years later, it's never been DNA tested, and that, to me, that is just shocking. I hate the word shocking, and I hate the word, bombshell, but it is. So those are my takeaways. What takeaways do you have from the interview we just did?
Oh, my God.
Going from the hair that you're talking about, and what Mr. Whitcomb talked about resources. And you have a Moscow police department. It's a small town. They don't have all the resources to do everything they need to do, so they call in other people. They call in the ISP. They call in the FBI.
All right,
for some reason, I didn't see anything that the sheriffs did, but they call in these resources.
All right.
And so, there is something to be said about that. And even in medical malpractice, you have different standards in rural areas than you do in big cities. And so I understand that part, that some things might have not been tested or whatever. But what I don't understand, and what has nothing to do with resources, is putting in a statement in an affidavit that a witness said that she was in frozen shock phase, when that's not what she said. And so far, I've listened to all of the interviews of Dylan. I've listened to them all. And in no way does she say she was in a frozen shock phase.
I love you, baby. I love you. Like the moon is long.
A whole lot of other things. Like
I love you.
She doesn't remember, or she was drunk. I believe she was not a reliable witness.
No, not at all.
But to put that in an affidavit,
not even close.
I don't know why you would do that.
I don't know either. I love you, Yoli.
That goes to.
We can run the cartel together, baby. Hey, wait a minute, Yoli. Hey, I'm thinking Yoli from the Medina drug cartel here. We can run the streets forever, baby. Oh, my God. Yo, yuck it up. What do you mean, yuck it up, Slick? Who is this Slick? What's going on here? Well, who's Slick? What are we talking about? Morticia, what do you mean? What's going on here? Bow to the greatest. Okay, I'm with you. Pop-eyed mullet. What's a pop-eyed mullet? Stanley bite who? Who am I biting? What are you talking about? I don't know. What am I biting? Who's biting who? Who's Yoli-Poly? I think you've all gone mad, actually. Oh, there's a rebellion? Oh, jeez. In the garden? Oh, boy. Well, we can have that. Oh, jeez. All right, hang on. Let's finish. Oh, my God. Sorry, I was trying to go to Chinatown. God damn you.
The nicest way I can put it is they were in a big hurry and they wanted to get that affidavit out right away, and so they just scribbled stuff down on there because you know what? I'm no expert. I have a psychology knowledge base of having taken Psych 101 and Psych 102, and it stops there. But even I know that there's no such thing as a frozen shock phase. I mean, there's no DSM for that, so they made it up.
Right, the DSM I have right up there.
Really, and so you know, you do have a background in that, unlike myself, and they made it up, and so that that does go.
It sounds like us, doesn't it, guys?
My takeaways. I think the guy makes a good presentation.
Didn't we talk about that a long time ago, my friends? Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
I had a ton of other questions that I wanted to ask him. We never got around to it, but maybe he seemed to
just saying.
Interview, and if he was sincere, maybe we'll.
We are the greatest.
Back, but again, we do not sell merch. We do not ask you for super chats. We don't put you up for money. If we need a new camera, I'll reach into my pocketbook and buy a camera. So all we ask you to do, please, is subscribe. As Lucky from the Karen Reed trial is going to tell you, it's free. Pay for a subscription.
I do not.
Ask it differently. I'm going to allow that.
Well, you know now because you follow. You pay for a subscription.
I do not.
Did you get one for free?
Yes. I was not paying to any social media.
All right, Mr. Brennan.
Sorry, I have just a few more questions.
What is
it's denied.
I was not paying to any social media.
Okay.
What's going on now?
Okay, Your Honor, this particular episode has been longer than our usual ones. I think
the fuck? All right, that's interesting. Yeah. All right. Hello, Yoli. Hey, baby.
Post an emoji, and I always put you.
What's going on there?
What do you think we should ask people to post in terms of an?
What are you thinking about?
A book.
A book.
Yeah. Book. Okay, unless you have any final thoughts.
I'm good.
Okay. Hey, all right, baby. Hey. What's this now?
The gas station or
all right.
Else, please remember to be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through. And the same goes for our comments section. We want you to comment, but be nice, be kind, be positive.
What is this guy?
And thank you for watching.
Now I'm at the circus.
To like and subscribe.
Now I'm at the circus. Oh my God, what is this shit? Oh my God. I just went to the fucking circus, guys. All right, here we go. Wow, all right. Well, that was interesting. Well, okay, all right, you know, hey. It's weird. I got swept up in a cartoon there at the very end. It was interesting. Weird guy. Hey, I love you, but yeah, it's kind of weird. We are the greatest. Don't forget. Yes, we are. Sounds a lot like us, actually. Questions we posed, I don't know, a long time ago. In a land far, far away. like in Africa and shit. Anyway, whatever. All right, we got to wrap this shit up, though. That's interesting, that's the end of that. I don't know. I have disagreements with Captain Banana there. I got at least 3 disagreements. Yeah, I mean, again, it's interesting, there's some information that he is I don't know, guys. I don't know. There's some information that you think he should have, and he doesn't apparently. So I don't know. There absolutely was a video of. Now I would definitely assume that Moscow police would have that video that Dylan took of them sitting around the room discussing getting grub truck. They absolutely would have that video. And Dylan Morrison absolutely took that video. And so it's hard for me, he would definitely know that, I would think. I would think he would know that. But apparently he's not aware of it. It's weird. But yeah, I mean, of course, yes, she took a video of that. Yes, I would assume Moscow police would have that video. I mean, absolutely. If they fucking took her phone, I would think they'd have that video. Yeah. And she did take a video of that. She showed it to him in the interview. She did play a little piece for them of it. All roads to Dylan. All roads. All roads. All roads. All roads lead to one. Every road. Almost every road. 98.6% of the roads. Then we have this 1.4% chance, or maybe less, that something like this happened. I mean, you got to think about the percentages here, guys. What are the percentages that this is a crime that was committed by a complete random stranger versus this crime was committed by people who were known to the victims? You have to think about the percentages here, my friends. Okay, yes, you do. The odds of this type of crime happening, oh my God, it's astronomical, in my opinion, compared to whoever did this, whoever was involved in this. They were known to the victims, and the victims knew them. This was personal. These people were known. They had familiarity with them and the house and all that. Yeah, the percentages of that being more likely are way greater. Yeah. I mean, think about it. You have to sacrifice about 80% of your fucking brain to think that the way this crime happened is exactly what we were told to believe. You would have to sacrifice 80% of your fucking brain to believe that. You really would. You would have to say to yourself, you know what? I have to get rid of 80% of my surety and just believe that this case falls into one of the rarest brackets that you could possibly have in crime. It falls into the rarest of circumstances. I don't think you could have another rare like a random psychopath. Michael Myers, remember, doesn't know the victims. There's no connection, unless Xana's sister, maybe, right? But no connection. And so on, and so on, and so on. Yeah. Anyway, I wonder what the chances or percentage of... What is the percentage of that happening? What? 1 in a million billion? I mean, seriously, guys. We already know this. But it's more than likely that whatever here is... it's more than likely than not, and that this crime was committed by people that knew the victims and vice versa. That is the more likely scenario. It always will be. Yeah. Always will be. Unless you want to sacrifice a great portion of your logic, very well, go ahead. But the evidence doesn't support it. And I'm not, you'd be on shaky ground, my friend. 80% you just sacrificed, but you don't really have the evidence to support the 20% that you believe. Or whatever, or what you think. But whatever. You don't know. Just do not know. All right. Last break. Oh. Last break. All right. All right, quick break, quick break. Hey, good show tonight. Been a really good show, guys. Real good show. I'll tell you what. Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna have to, we're gonna definitely tune in tomorrow. We'll carry on from there, I guess. All right. Great, Lloyd. Thank you. All right. Thanks for being here, guys. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Wait a minute. Something's not right. Wait a minute. Something's not right, is it? Anyway. I don't know. Something's off. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, not sure what you're talking about here, Master Nature. Everything just seems to be running smoothly right now, and you were about to sign off, weren't you? Or are you still thinking you're stuck in a time warp? Maybe you're stuck on that. That's so weird, Master Nature, that you bring that up. I don't know what you're talking about, really. I do not. But we should probably get going here. Yeah. Okay. But how are we gonna go? That's the key here. I'm not sure. I think I want to play this for you. You have to trust me on this one, because we did get stuck in a time warp here, my friends. And I'll play this for you. Hope you like that little twist there at the end. We're right back to where we started from, actually. Only it's a little different now. But we're kind of right back to where we started from. Okay. All right, well, I love you, and everybody get good sleep tonight, and Mrs. John, for all your insults and all your slings and arrows that I have endured for the past 100 days. Mrs. John, do you have no conscience? All right. Hey. Mrs. John, before we go, just the war will never end. Mrs. John, it will never end. No. Sleep well, everybody. I love you. Okay, bye-bye. Oh my holy shit. Oh my God. What is going Oh my God. You're out, man. What the fuck? You get open. Here we go. Oh, we saw this one. We saw that. Oh, sorry, we saw that one. Mrs. John, we saw that one. Listen. Oh, he's gonna smack her. Oh my. Alright. What the fuck is that? Oh my God. Alright, I love you, baby. I love you. Alright. Alright. You're out, man. Get the fuck out of the game. He's like, I'm gonna tear some shit up, right? Oh my, Mrs. John, you are terrible. Oh, Ellie, in my garden, you're all fucking hoodlums. Oh my God. No wonder I get canceled. All right. Oh my God. Yeah, it is fucking Goonie Goo. That's what it is. All right. Oh my God. Oh shit. All right. All right, that's it. That's it. I have to go. Why do you keep why you keep pushing me? Oh. Okay, Reba. Reba, why are you talking?
Philly cheesesteak?
I thought Reba was dead. Reba's